Entering the Mayo Experience.
Mayo Experience. The Mayo Experience. The Mayo Experience. Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience, presented by Underdog Fantasy. Code Mayo at Underdog Fantasy will get you a deposit bonus of up to $250, and we're already running FedEx Cup playoff drafts. So hop in the lobby on Underdog. Come draft. You might do one during the show. Tim, what do you think?
Sure. Okay.
What?
Okay.
You seem very nervous about that.
Okay. Sure. We can do that.
Is it that you have no idea what I'm talking about?
Next to none. No, but that's okay. That's usually the case with me.
Geoff is on the line right now. Geoff, what's up?
I'm doing okay. You know, we love the Open Championship, but we always hope to get some wave integrity out of our major championships. So, you know, I ain't running good anywhere.
No, I'm running good in Tahoe at the moment. JJ Spawn is in first place, so that's good news.
My entire week kind of feels like it's going to be up to Corey Connors, so that's a depressing feeling.
Well, as you are tuning in right now, we just saw Brian Harmon go in the postage stamp bunker. Justin Rose come up a little bit short here out of a divot. And the current cut line is +5, but +6 is the heavy favorite to be the final cut. It's only going to take 7 guys dropping from 5 +5 or better to +6 or worse to move the cut line to +6, and 20 guys to move it to +7, which I would thoroughly enjoy as long.
Get in. Oh,
Yeah.
Whoa.
Rom for you, your guy.
All right.
He deserves that. I think he's been playing great with nothing
Scrambling.
to show for it.
Yeah, he's shooting much better than he's scoring for 2 days. Good for him. Legion 13 represent.
Anyway, it's going to take 20 guys to push it to +7. That's not like impossible, as we're seeing it right now. If the conditions get a little bit worse, I thought it would be great if it got to +7. It would save Akshay, and it would save my to make the cut parlay. But now Sahith is absolutely gas canning the last 3 holes, so that's not good news for that. I was hoping I'd win another one, Geoff.
Yeah, I gotten killed everywhere on my parlays, despite having some fun things. I can't. I'm getting destroyed. We'll put it that way.
What's your biggest regret of something that you were going to do this week and didn't? Mine was betting Billy Horschel to win, which I talked about and just never did.
Okay, so at least I could take solace in that. There's nothing up there. Like, I would never have bet Scheffler. I was never going to bet Lowry at that price. So yeah, at least I don't have regrets at the moment.
I'm glad I didn't bet Rory.
Glad I didn't bet Rory. Never really thought about that. I was never really there with any of them. I guess the question right now is, what's the final score going to be?
Well,
13 under par.
Yeah, somewhere around there, I think. I think someone's going to go really low either tomorrow or the next day. Because it does seem like Sunday conditions are pretty good.
I would agree. Someone's going to shoot like 65 on Saturday or Sunday and really catapult themselves.
I would guess Lowry's still currently the betting favorite, but I would assume him and Scheffler are like neck and neck.
No,
Scheffler's been playing about as stress-free as you could play.
Yeah, I would think so.
And he's just not making the mid-range birdie. But he made a long one this morning.
But like,
and
Justin
from the
Rose
bad
is
wave,
right there too.
Scheffler was out of the hard wave.
Like, Rose is an old veteran. These are the sorts of guys that pop at the Open. It would not shock me if Justin Rose just played steady golf today and tomorrow, shot 67 on Sunday and won.
What a putt.
Like,
he's
right there.
Here's the thing. Lowry, kind of like Harmon, just feels like every break imaginable is going his way. And that's how you win this sucker.
Sure, it's 2 rounds, though, is the thing.
Yeah. But I mean, like, as we heard, Bryson got every single break at Pinehurst. So, like, these things do happen. I was very impressed with Gary Woodland today, Geoff. He played good golf.
There's some lovely rounds. Like, you got to shout out Dustin Johnson and the
Yes.
way he's just playing in totality this week.
Just
Rose,
making every putt, Dustin Johnson.
Justin Rose. I mean, there's not enough nice things I can say about the way he is he's playing.
It's about to
But
take another birdie here.
not in a million years would I have bet these guys, and I have too many. I would never have bet Shane Lowry. Like, I got all the reasons why some people were, but I just never would have bet him. I never would have.
No, Victor just made a birdie for you, Jeff, to get back to +8.
Whatever, man.
Oh, no, sorry. He made a par. So we have the main broadcast going on with Justin Rose up on the screen if you're following around. Now, Brian Harmon's going to try to save par here on 8. And
like,
I have the par 3 stream going on a iPad in front of me as well.
So the next time good players are going to play golf, that's the first leg of the FedEx Cup?
The Olympics.
Yeah.
Okay, forgetting the Olympics just for a second. But like when you're running your model for the FedEx Cup, like what's the point of even having these rounds in there?
What do you mean?
You just throw them out.
Wait,
It's just like, yeah, like what are you going to
Open
hold?
ones?
Pardon?
Like the British Open ones?
Yeah. Am I making no sense?
You can exclude them
like,
if you want to.
Like, it just seems like you're just going to unfairly penalize guys.
Sure.
And there's no bearing on this and FedEx St. Jude, in my opinion.
No, I mean, what does Rocket Mortgage have to do with, I don't know, coming into this week? Like if Cam Young was playing well at Rocket Mortgage or Akshay, and we decided we wanted to use those stats for here, and it didn't seem to mean anything. You just have to see how people are playing.
I guess I'm just more talking about like the really high-end player. You need whatever you can to glom on to a guy, reason to bet a guy who's 150 to 1. But John Rahm, Pat, I don't care what I will be looking at all John Rahm markets tomorrow.
Oh, really? Why don't you look at it right now?
Well, I don't know, like his score for tomorrow, tonight when they post like round 3 lowest score. I think he's playing beautifully. Granted, he just got the most luck sack chip in. I think he's playing beautifully.
Well, the current odds. Oh, Adam Scott birdie.
Long birdie to get to 5 over.
Lowry's plus 175 right now. Scotty is plus 320, and then everyone else is in the double digits. Xander and Rose are 10 to 1. Cantlay's 25. Connors and Dan Brown, the Da Vinci Code, and Morikawa are all 25. Horschel's 28. Burmeister's 28. Brooks is 40. Rahm's 66.
Wow. I should have bet. I should have re-upped at 150, but I just already had way too much on it.
Neiman
I'll
had
tell
it
you,
going
I
today.
might be wrong about this math, and someone smarter than me could tell me why I'm wrong. But what was Scheffler before the tournament? 5 to 1?
5 to 1.
I would betting him at this point after all as much carnage that's gone on at plus 325. You said you could probably shop for it and maybe even find better. Seems like a way better bet than the variables that come into the first 2 rounds of the Open Championship.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, no, since the price is slightly less, but that he's 5 off the lead, and now scoring conditions can be a bit more favorable. I would probably tend to agree with you. And a lot of the very best players are just gone.
Yeah, exactly. And you trust him versus
You're basically
Lowry?
betting Scotty right now, knowing where he stands in a non-Rory, Ludwig, Victor, Fleetwood market.
Bryson.
What's that?
Bryson too.
Right.
It's like Xander and Cantley are loitering, and also get Cantley lovely golf. That might be my regret, but I don't think I could ever be that mad at myself for not doing it. But I said all week I thought Cantley at the 50-55s felt like as fair of a number as the board was giving us. But I bet on my own losers. I don't look for value.
I mean, I regret getting sucked into Louis over Burmeister because that was sort of a decision I was going to make, but yeah.
Better than saying Els was going to be the low South African.
I mean, I bet Els is low senior. That didn't work.
Whatever.
Out.
Any
WD.
He WD'd along with JD after they both shot 11 over par yesterday.
Great. He won a major last week on the senior tour.
Yeah, I know. I was annoyed by all the buzz he was getting. And like people are like glad handing Els for winning a major when Bland wins 2 and no one talks about it.
Well, he's not in the tournament. That's why no one talked about it.
But like if he had been, no one
glad handed Els. He was just a big. I mean, he was properly priced when I bet him at 10 to 1. He closed at 4, I think. But when you're playing 6 other guys, who's playing the best of those 6 guys? It was Ernie Els.
Who is the top senior? His Rose doesn't count.
It's
so
Patty. Well, Rose.
Harrington. Yeah.
Rose is like 40.
Yeah, you got to be 50 plus in that market. Yeah, it would be
Rose isn't going to be there for another decade.
Harrington. Although Mickelson made the cut.
I think Mickelson and Patty are the two that are left. Chayka was playing well at one point yesterday. I have no idea where he's at.
I don't even know what we would consider live for this tournament.
Chayka's made the cut. Sink did not.
No. What's live, Jeff? I would say everybody who's 3 over or better is live. So like Brooks is live.
Really?
I think so.
You think 3 over is still in this?
I do, because I think that it's going to be scoreable the next 2 rounds, and that brings a lot of people in.
You just need Lowry to fuck off tomorrow and not move.
Yeah, I think everybody who's 3 over and better has a chance. Like I said, I mentioned Brooks, he's right there. DJ, right there. Cantley, right there.
Morikawa.
Day, Connors, right there. Right now, I would be leaning towards, I think, Justin Rose, just because I don't know, things feel like they're lining up for him a little bit, but...
I mean...
Well, if the wind dies down, Dan Brown's big advantage goes away.
Yes, but so does Lowry's. I think they both...
I highly disagree. Lowry can kind of feel the wind, and he can play good and bad in ideal conditions as well. Dan Brown's out there smoking cigs. He knows exactly where the wind is going.
I mean, he gained the most strokes off the tee yesterday of anybody.
Who?
Dan Brown did.
Did he?
Yeah, in addition to
he
making
was
150 feet of putts.
I was with someone
up this morning. That's how I know that he said he gained the most strokes off the tee Thursday.
Pat, yeah. I'm telling you that Dan Brown taking those Lowry FRLs, that felt rough. Like Charles taking away Jason Day's Masters or something, like in a different context. But like what he did in those conditions on that back nine, like no one else did that, and he stole those FRLs. It
was like pitch black as he was finishing too.
That I felt so. That might be one of the. I mean, I don't play first round leaders, and I wouldn't have had a Lowry, but that's going to be on that. That's going to be one of the worst beats of the year, I think.
That's a tough one.
And shout out to I loved your Biff Tannen joke for our boy Jim Cummings. 350 to 1. I wouldn't even, other than being Biff Tannen, I wouldn't have a clue on earth how you could think to do something like that.
Oh,
so
Jesus.
Shout out Jim.
Finau just went bogey, triple bogey. He gone.
What
that's not good.
See, that's why like I wouldn't want to bank on anyone. Oh, I guess Justin Rose at least is getting off the golf course in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Wow, what a performance for Rosie. It's like the back end of the European Ryder Cup team. Sepp disappeared a bit.
No, Sepp's at like +2 or something like that, I think.
Yeah, Sepp and Noren +2.
Straka.
Yeah, that's Sepp.
Yeah. Nikolai Højgaard.
Tim, wouldn't you love to play Troon at like wind at your indoor facility?
I'm telling you, people have been making that joke this week. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Be a lot of fun.
What?
Playing Troon indoors. Yeah, you take the weather out of play. Be fun.
People are calling this the worst fucking idea you've ever had.
I hear that all the time.
That is true.
Like at some point, people don't keep their powder dry on these things.
It might be your most expensive idea ever.
I have enjoyed the very early morning coverage much more than this.
I agree.
Because all they're basically doing is just like you can stream the featured groups on the app, and that's all they're basically showing right now.
Yep. I agree.
And then I keep forgetting the dude's name, the guy whose face I'm on for the thumbnail for this show. But the Scottish dude who's on the commentary, Sam, whatever his name is.
Okay.
And he's so cutting. It's awesome.
Well, that is the thing that people forget about people in British media in general, is that they don't hold back. I thought what I heard of Luke Donald yesterday and a little bit today, he's okay. He hasn't been that engaging, I didn't think, but he's been okay.
I mean, he's not a very engaging guy.
No.
Make it.
There
you go, Tyrrell. Finally made a putt.
Legion 13 has come to play.
Let's go.
Like I was saying to Pat earlier, I thought McGinley this morning was excellent on the coverage.
I don't mind. Like Tyrrell.
He's not listening to you.
What's he live? Like 200 to 1? Thing is, I wouldn't want to bet on anyone who's still actually golfing.
You could bet him low live if you don't believe in Burmeister.
What is it? Rom, Burmeister,
Kepka, DJ.
Yeah. I mean, Hatton's playing
Hatton,
the best
yeah.
of all those guys, like coming in. This poor guy.
Homa looks like he's in pain after every shot. He's unhappy, unpleased.
He's walking that one.
Well, I
up,
mean,
though.
good for him. But like, he just doesn't look like. Even now, he looks unhappy. Look, it's a tough break.
I got to figure out where Neiman went.
Oh, he got
Took an
caught in a
8.
bunker and he ruined our week.
Yeah, I heard he went sideways.
He went in
Yeah,
a bunker and it took him forever to get out. I actually didn't even want to follow up. It was so sad. It's like I
Yeah.
didn't watch my friend die. I just left because I
He
saw
made a
him already
quint
dying.
on the postage stamp.
Oh dear,
An 8.
somebody made a 9 earlier today.
Yeah, that random Asian tour dude you sent us.
Yes, he made back-to-back 9s, for which I think
I'm
someone's
actually
the first time that's ever happened in the Open, at least in the last 15 years or whatever. No one's made back-to-back 9s.
That was real dicey for Bryson here.
Hmm.
It's a saucy
really
chip.
not pleased about
Get
it.
in.
That's what he. How many times has he done this at majors this year?
Just chip in.
Just chip in, like when he absolutely needs to have it. Now here he's basically just on a contest to make the cut, but still.
All week, Rose just putts for birdie from 25 feet. It's
Yeah.
been every hole.
And
for
on the
him.
par fives, he's making. I bet you almost all his birdies are on the par fives.
He's basically
He made-
I thought
Thought he made
two.
that one too. Wow.
He seems to be taking the Zach Johnson when he won the Masters approach. He's just
Yeah.
I'm not going to go pin seeking. I'm just not going to make bogeys.
I suspect that's exactly what Johnson did at the old course too, right?
No, he won at like minus 17 or something.
Was it that low?
I think so. That was the year that you were all fired up for Nybruge.
Well, also not just him, but
I'll get her done.
Yeah, Paul Dunn had it. He was like co-leader or 2 strokes back or something.
Yeah, he was the co-leader going into the final round. Nybruge was 3 back.
Yeah, I was hoping for those guys.
Yeah, they didn't finish well.
I'm hoping for Dan Brown here too.
Dan Brown's your guy?
I'd like to see him win.
How is it that you can root for Dan Brown?
Because it's a major. It's different.
How is that different?
It's different because these are the actual life-changing tournaments, the ones that actually matter.
That's not true.
Yes, it is true.
It's not true.
These are the only ones that actually matter.
They matter to you. I'm sure some guy who's
They
like,
matter historically.
It doesn't
Hold on,
matter.
what
Like,
is
these
but
guys
what
don't
is this
matter.
argument? I don't understand. He's allowed to he shouldn't cheer for Dan Brown?
Well, if this was the Rocket Mortgage, he wouldn't be cheering for Dan
No.
Brown, but because it's the Open, he is.
Yes, exactly. Because these are the tournaments that are actual life changers.
What do you-
Winning, if you're Dan Brown and you win any fucking tournament of note, it is absolutely like I
Not
said,
in
if he
the same
comes
way.
in 9th in this tournament, that paycheck is like life changing for him.
I hope he does. He has my full and unreserved endorsement.
You don't think
You guys are
winning
not on the course here. I
You-
see what you're doing.
but why do you think like not winning if you're Dan Brown and you're 29 years old that you not winning a PGA event is
I just don't get as
life-changing?
excited about it, Jeff. I just don't. If I'm going to watch a non-major, I watch the stars play great. That's what I show up for.
And at
It's-
Opens, you cheer for the Open qualifiers. to
Yeah,
play great?
essentially, the Rocket Mortgage is a house show, and I want to see the stars play great there. I don't want the underdogs winning at the house show.
So what you want to see is some like random person win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, exactly. That would be fun.
That's so weird.
You're like when someone gets called out of the crowd at WrestleMania and like wins the match.
That would be awesome.
I don't know.
A lot of people.
I'm
get driving
actually
bans
the
this week.
complete opposite. Like, go win the Rocket Mortgage. Like, get out of here out this major. get lost, pal.
I mean, it's a fun story.
Yeah, it's a great
Yeah,
story.
I'm certain I've lost like a Sunday morning live Euro bet on Dan Brown before. That's really the only memory I have of him.
Yeah, he did win. Was it earlier this year, last year? At some point he won. I remember I had whoever came in second to him.
See, Hatton, I can bet Hatton 125 to 1.
Right now?
Yeah.
What hole is he on? He's on 9?
He's got way too much golf and it's the hard golf. That's the problem. I'd almost rather him stay at this score and bet him at like 60 to 1 tomorrow morning. If that makes any sense.
Just to see if he's there.
Yeah.
I mean, I already have money on him, so I don't need to re-up.
Um,
Do you like the Morgan Stanley row pat, Jeff?
good for. Me and Justin were cool.
What happened to his pineapple shirt? It's like something you would wear on the golf course.
It would be. I don't know.
Cuss now dresses like he's out of the Justin Rose 5 years ago collection on the golf course, Jeff.
Except I don't have the sponsorships all over the place.
What time is Dan Brown and Shane Lowry teeing off tomorrow?
Probably
3 o'clock their time, 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock your time.
Yeah, 10 o'clock Eastern, 10:30 Eastern.
I think the Open is an hour earlier on the Sunday than on the Saturday. So I think maybe it'll be noon our time, 11 Jeff's time tomorrow, and then an hour earlier on Sunday. Memory serves.
I think it's going to be shockingly late our time.
Okay. Like, what do you mean late? Like 3
Like-
p.m.? So they're playing at 8 p.m. there?
No, I think it could be closer to like after 11 my time that
Yeah,
they're
it could
off.
be 11:30, I suppose. Probably
Like-
not, though. I'd say 4:30. Is it GMT there?
I
British
remember
Summer.
St. Andrews being shocked at how late they go.
Yeah, but St. Andrews had a ton of rain that week, remember?
Maybe. I'm always just amazed at how late they go. But even yesterday or listening to some of the radio stuff, they bragged that they got light till like 10, 11 o'clock.
But yeah, you did not think they were going to finish yesterday, but they did.
Yeah, I know they get all sorts of extra light there, but the way the pace of play was going today, and Lowry whatever, never
Well, that
mind.
wasn't-
That shouldn't have been allowed.
But that also wasn't his fault. He hit his provisional, and then someone found his.
Yes, I know, but it didn't need to take 20 minutes. It did not need to take 20 minutes. But you know what? That's not Lowry's fault. That's the
But
RNA's
no,
fault for
someone
allowing
I
that
didn't
to
have
happen.
a bet on someone, but whoever hit the first tee ball behind Lowry, like ended up making a triple on that hole.
And Lowry only made double. It's funny because his provisional shot, the one that he took the first time, was great.
Yep.
But I just mean like making those guys wait on the tee box too. Like it's just not fair. Whatever happened there.
No,
But golf's not fair.
It sucks.
Owes no one
Like
anything.
think about how much when you have to wait at your own golf course
Oh,
for
yeah.
like 10 minutes to hit a shot. It's never a good.
No, it's never good.
It's true.
Now, these guys have more experience
Sure.
waiting, but still, it's never good.
Like think about how pissed Brooks was when he had to wait for Cantley. It like derailed his round.
Or
when he played with
JB Holmes.
I will say for all the like these guys obviously for how good they are, it's undeniable. It's so fun to watch. But sometimes in my head, we don't give them enough credit for like how they're able to just like avoid the mental lapses in those 5-hour rounds in the fucking heat, in the pants, walking, like how they're just not dying or they don't like show it unless like most of the time. I guess in Memphis, we'll see like the Lucas Glover sweaty asses all over the course, but I don't know. It's like
Well, it's
something that
It's also
like
not currently 100 degrees in Scotland.
No, it's like probably 70 degrees.
Oh no, I'm not
No,
talking
it's
about
less than
this
that.
week's.
I
I'm
said it was
talking-
warmer today than yesterday. Yesterday was in the 60s.
Was it? I
I'm
thought
not
it was
talking
in the
about
50s.
like this week or right now specifically. I'm just talking about like week in, week out on the PGA Tour.
Steven Spielberg is very excited for
I
the
am.
Olympics.
I hate this commercial.
The
already.
first time was fine, but like the 50th time, I'm done with it.
I didn't realize that they built the Eiffel Tower over the river. That's new to me. Like when I went to Paris, it wasn't like that.
That is what the opening ceremonies are. They built a stadium around the Eiffel Tower.
No, I get that, but like they're on one of these shots, they like
Oh yeah, have it
I
like
think it's that.
sliding the river,
yeah, right.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
It looks like the river goes underneath of
like the Colossus at Rhodes. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's not how it works. Can't wait to see Corey Connors march in the Parade of Nations.
He got in, didn't he?
He did.
It's him and Nick.
Because
Taylor?
occasionally they'll show the scoreboard with the Olympic rings on it to show you who's in. He and Lowry are both in.
Who was the most random person you saw with the Olympics next to them that you didn't realize was in the Olympics? Guido?
Oh, I can't remember. Sorry. No, wrong pipe.
Are you okay?
No.
Yeah, I'm just coughing. Did you know the Senior Open is the only one in Europe? They say that every time on that ad.
Oh, I generally do not unless it was like super early morning and nothing else is really going on, I do turn off the commentary and listen to the.
They don't sync up, do they?
No, I don't understand how people are mad about that. Like some people are like, it doesn't sync up with my broadcast. Like, no fucking shit. It's a different broadcast. Like, are people mental or something? Like, they
Yeah,
don't
but like
realize
that's
that?
pretty weird because even like I remember my grandfather would he'd rather listen to the Jays radio while watching TV, and he knew he had to like sync it up if he wanted it exact.
Yeah. And like, I don't care. Just you hear other things. Like, I'm watching what's happening. I don't need someone to tell me what's happening. You get to hear about other people on the course. People write in their emails from around the world.
Oh yeah,
I love that. It's great.
and, like that lady's voice.
Yeah, it's a very soothing broadcast.
I have a very long day tomorrow that's gonna not let me really watch any golf, and it's a lot of time in the car, so I'll be listening to a lot of radio.
Okay.
Were you driving to, Jeff?
So my Lily went to overnight camp. She was supposed to go for 2 weeks, and she extended for the whole first month. So tomorrow is Visitors Day.
Okay.
I'm not really looking like I really miss Lily, but I'm not looking forward to the scene of it. And it's like a 3-hour drive each way, and it's a Saturday of a major. But yeah, I don't know. I can't wait to see her. That's undeniable. It'll probably prevent me from making like really dumb live bets on a tournament where only like 10 guys are in play. So it should save me some money too.
Only 2 more players until the cut is officially +6. 18 more players and the cut is +7.
Seems unlikely.
I think it can get there.
Jeff does? I don't know.
I think it has a better chance than Data Golf is saying.
Yeah, I would agree.
The cut actually
Considering as of
was-
like 2 minutes ago. What's that?
It was actually at +6 for like a few minutes there.
Oh, was
Rose
it?
just-
There's
yeah.
Rose again. 30 feet. Just 2 putt. Get out of dodge.
Yeah, I thought it was in the bunker, but no, he's playing lovely.
That's a
Just
tough
lovely.
shot straight downwind, trying to get it to stop.
Yeah,
Theala's
not
off
many,
the button here.
not many
Triple
guys
bogey.
have gotten it close.
No, they
from
haven't.
the fairway.
Theala triple, bogey, bogey, bogey. Out in 41.
Oh dear. Still better than JT.
45. Shot it.
A me par.
Yeah. But I told you that when we were playing, didn't I, Jeff? That Cuss just treats every hole as a par 5 now.
Yes, and I actually think in some weird way, it's like crazy genius.
It's helped his. I will attest. It has improved his score overall.
I think it's because it's almost like something you do for a little child to keep them engaged. But I think I'd be pretty content writing 5s down across the board.
Sort of, but like the 4th hole at the course that we play at, it's like 330 yards. Like it's drivable if the wind is behind
okay,
you.
I hear what you mean.
Cuss lays up to the front of the green. So like on his second shot, so he takes the bunker out of play.
Yeah, and that way if I make
It's like 100-yard shot to the green.
that way if I make a good 2-putt, I make my par. If not, then I get a 5, and that's okay.
Oh, that killed me. No, see, that's where you I don't know. Maybe you should alter it a little, Cuss, because there's got to be a time or two you feel like you can step on a gas pedal
Look,
a little
it,
bit.
it wasn't
right?
even my idea. I saw it on TikTok, and it just stuck with me. It was like, this is a brilliant idea. Like the light bulb went off. But like I play that hole the way I play that hole, because if the pin is often tucked behind the sand trap, the only way I'm going to make a crooked number is if I get in the sand trap. So I will just play it to the safe side and get out of dodge.
Yeah, but
Eventually, like if you're
No.
ever going to get better, you need to be able to make a 100-yard wedge shot.
Most of the time, no, it's fine. If I'm just in the middle of the green,
You're not in the
It's
middle,
fine.
but you lay up before the green.
no, my second shot is to the front part of the green.
can I just make a suggestion? You're not proficient enough, nor am I, at like any part of the game to think even laying up helps you that much. I mean that on a whole.
No, I'm just trying to
as Pat's
avoid.
explained it.
I'm trying to avoid disasters. There are certain places I just know I can't.
But it's
get.
one bunker.
Yeah, well, I don't want to be in that bunker.
Yeah, Cuss can't hit a bunker shot. He refuses to hit the sand before the ball.
Though I did on 18.
I have my
the
own
last time we
problems.
played.
I have a weakness too. What's funny is my best, I swear to God, both times I played with Pat, I've actually been pretty decent in the bunker, but I wish I could do those with my friends.
Like if all of the bunkers at our course had lots of sand, it'd be different. But on a bunker that has no sand, if you do that, you can't get out.
There's like one that doesn't have.
There's several that don't have
there's
much
one,
sand.
There's one that doesn't. Have
Several that
sand.
don't have much
That's
sand.
Not true.
It is true.
It's not true. You just try to pick the ball and keep it in every time.
No, you can't.
I made a saucy sand save with Geoff.
I mean, I made a great
Yeah,
one on
Pat
18
made some
on
great
Sunday
ones.
in the big massive bunker on 18.
Oh yeah, Pat made a disgusting one.
That's good.
On a whole, yeah, that's not a fun spot. Yeah.
Just gotta hit it.
That's the problem. You just got to unload and hit it and smash the sand. And like Tim, we're so delicate. We don't want to swing that hard.
Yeah, once you're okay with the ball like going out and then over the green, your sand game actually gets a lot better.
I have an issue because I just decel.
Be
Like,
good.
Oh,
oh my God. Oh my
And
God.
he should have made the last one.
This
He should be 6
guy.
under.
You know, Pat, this is where they should tinker with the rules. They should let Rose and Lowry play together tomorrow.
Mother Nature will take care of that for us.
What a beautiful performance
So it's him and Billy Horschel tomorrow?
at the moment, and no one's going to probably top that.
No one else is going to come in at 3, I would think. I
Truly,
would put Scheffler and Burmeister together, I think.
The Burmese.
I can't even. He's played the 2 days of the tournament despite being too bad. Like and I don't even care about Dan Brown. I'm
Here's
so
this guy
impressed.
Anderson. He's +9.
Are they just dedicated to show every single player in the field once?
No, it's a par 3 stream.
Oh, okay.
It's all the par 3s.
Right.
Yeah, way right.
Very right.
Is he on that beach?
Not a
Poor
bad
guy.
place. That's probably better than the grass.
No,
No, the
Tim will
beach is
probably
OB.
take credit. Tim will take credit for like calling it because he said he's picking Rose here.
No, I'm not
As
going to
all
take credit.
Well, so far he's picked Rose and Dan Brown.
I'm saying that of all the people if you ask me right now who I think is going to win the Open, I would say it's probably I would say it's going to be Justin Rose. But I'm cheering more for Dan Brown. Everybody's cheering for Dan Brown.
No.
Unless you have a Lowry ticket or
No, I'm cheering for. If this is like the board and it's this group right now and it's Sunday, I have no bets. I want to see Justin Rose have that moment that makes the moment. No, Justin Rose is who I'm cheering
Yeah,
for.
of everyone up on that leaderboard right now of guys I would want to see win, I think I'd go Rose, Horschel, Burmeister.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, Horschel too would be a fun.
Like, Horschel having a major would make
Yeah.
a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Like, once you look back at his career, like he had the FedEx Cup, he has a bunch of big wins. Just
FedEx
nothing.
Cup. He's got the BMW in Europe. So
It'd
that's
be
Memorial.
interesting though if Scheffler won his second Masters, Bryson won his second U.S. Open, and Lowry won his second British Open,
That'd be
all in the same year.
it is Billy. It would be perfect for the Billy Horschel big game hunting only profile.
Yeah, Billy's won the match play as well.
Yeah.
Get him
Yeah.
into the President's Cup.
Good. That'd be good for the President's Cup team.
I would think so.
No, I mean for like our side.
Oh, for the international, but a win at the Open probably would get him in.
Oh, I agree. But that'd be good for us.
What a guy. What a six.
He did it.
68.
Justin's all smiles.
69.
Yeah, they play a lot
yeah.
of baseball over in Scotland.
Would they play
And I know
cricket?
this
No,
is
no.
going to sound
No,
like
really.
super corny, but like Bobby Mack was like his mentorship program at the Ryder Cup, and Bobby's had such a great, huge year. It's lovely to
Be a lot of pressure on an Englishman though at the Open as it gets down to the wire. No one since Faldo has won it.
Well, is it also kind of like the opposite Lowry situation from Portrush, where everyone was just all in on Rory, and then there wasn't a ton of pressure on Lowry?
I mean, that crowds are going to be vociferously, I would think, behind Rose as we get moving on.
Yeah, there's no Scott up there, is there?
I mean, Lowry will have his cheering section too, being from Ireland, but those will be the two that I think the crowd will be behind pretty strongly.
Yeah, the only other Englishman who's like sniffing is actually Matthew Jordan, who's the only guy at even par.
How was that Joe fellow doing? They were talking him up this
Oh,
morning.
Joe Dean, the
Yeah,
bogey,
Joe Dean.
Joe Dean, the bogey machine. Yeah, he made the cut, but he had it going, and then he did not have it going.
McKibben had it going today too a little bit.
Where is Joe Dean? I think he's at 4 over. Yeah.
Yeah, they were all about him.
Well,
earlier.
he was playing really well. He was like even par. Then he was 1 over making the turn, and then he went bogey, bogey, bogey. He went bogey, double, bogey, bogey. And then he birdied 18.
Neiman has birdied 2 of his last 3.
So he's back to 1 over.
So he's 2 over par.
Okay. That's he
And still has the par 5 16th to play.
has no gimme.
No, but that's a hole that people have been making birdies at today. So
It's funny. I've seen 16 and 18 are like 18 is one of the easiest holes on the course right now.
yeah, but it's like Geoff said earlier, because it's so downwind, that second shot is becoming hard to stop.
Sure, but if that's
I
in
just
your
don't think
face,
there's
it's a really
bogeys.
hard
I
hole.
don't think that
I
there's.
agree.
It's just playing like to par. I haven't seen a lot of guys birdie it. So guys just
But
probably aren't making
16, like
numbers.
I've seen people with like long eagle putts just off the green or right there. Like 16 is gettable for someone like Neiman and these guys coming down the stretch.
Scheffler bogeyed 18.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Let's see. Oh,
Lowry birdied it.
Tony Finau, 271 to other, playing a provisional. Had to hit it in the gorse bush. Tony's gonna miss the cut after finishing yesterday at even.
It could be worse. JT can miss the cut after finishing yesterday at -3.
I don't think JT's gonna, unless something has drastically changed. over
Doesn't
the
take
last-
long for him to start going bad.
Sure, he's on 18 and he's inside.
Oh,
Two
okay.
shots
He's
on
on
the cut
18.
line.
Okay, sorry. All right.
Yeah, he's made 3 birdies on the back 9.
Yeah. JT came in strong.
And Neiman's got a 13-yarder for birdie.
40 feet for
Yeah,
birdie.
40 feet for birdie.
It's not really a gimme.
No, it's by no means. Anybody else out on the course? MK Kim is 1 under for the day.
MK Ultra T12.
It's actually sad to
Gonna
When-
brainwash you into coming in first.
When Cam called CT pots and pans, I lost it. On the podcast. Lost it. I could not stop laughing.
Yeah, Henley's out there, but he's 3 over for the day.
This
Do we
is a
think
good-
Cam is coming to Montreal? Like, am I getting him on a train or something?
I don't know, man. You might have to drive him.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Are Americans getting the Rory Hackleroy commercial like we get every 2 minutes?
I hope so. That and Steven Spielberg. Those are the 2 people I've seen the most of.
Have you been watching Dragon House this year?
It is not good.
I watched the first episode.
It is not
My
good.
wife and I just decided, like, nah, we're out.
The first season was up and down,
Yeah,
but
the
it was
first season
okay.
was bad, but I'm like, hey,
But it had its moments.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, I started season 2. The first 2 episodes were not good. I'm like, okay, well, that's unfortunate because I'm sure HBO spent $11 billion on this show. So
I think it's like rating well.
Yeah, people
Well,
seem to like
good.
it. I'm like Pat. I tried it. I don't.
but people want to like it. That's why it's like the Star Wars stuff, right? It doesn't matter how bad the stuff is. There's enough people interested in that IP that they're going to show up and watch.
Yeah, and it's so hard to make any content shows these days that get traction. So you start with the IP. That's like what the
Yeah.
movies do, right? So
There's so many people who are just like, they're completists. They have to see everything about that world.
Oh, Jeff, do you know who putts like Billy Horschel?
Tim,
Paul.
No.
Paul does.
Yeah, Paul like sneaks up on the putt and just taps it.
I like that.
Hilarious.
No, my
I
putting
like-
stroke is very much like Brooks. I have the index finger straight down the
Yeah, me
Grip.
too. But maybe I should change.
just that was the way I was always taught to putt.
I like the index finger.
straight down.
I think it gives me an extra level of balance. But
Me
pretty
too.
much
That's why I
anyone
do it.
else- But here's the thing: anyone
Make it
else who
happen.
knows,
Yeah.
everyone
Hatton's
who
brought the
knows
putter
something
here on-
says it doesn't.
I mean, maybe it doesn't, but I mean that I only do it because that's the way I was taught to do it and was told it helps to steady yourself. So I can't break it now.
Just looking at the
I looked at a new putter today, but I did not buy it.
Did you look at Scotty Cameron?
No, it was a Wilson. It almost looks like Phil's heel blade putter.
If I was you, I would get a mallet.
No, I want the
You
blade
push-
style. I don't like the
You
mallets.
push.
Tim,
so
I
many
went
putts.
mallet. It's helped me. I thought I was above it, but no.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
listen-
say I just went back because I got the new putter last week or a few days ago. I went from a mallet to a blade, but I basically bought the exact same putter that I almost bought at the course with you, Jeff.
Well, you were rolling it beautifully. I just felt I mean, it's no Brian Harmon kitchen table, but I
Fucking
went
Mugatu's thing here.
It's like
They're trying to get me to hypnotize me into killing the president of Malaysia.
I'm afraid of Ferris wheels.
That doesn't surprise me.
Terrified.
But you can jump from space.
No, it's just one of my
Can't do a Ferris
one of
wheel.
my great fears is being stuck on top of a Ferris wheel.
You just jump out.
Honestly, of all rides to be stuck on, a Ferris wheel doesn't seem like that bad, to be honest.
You don't think?
I'd rather
Okay.
be stuck on a Ferris wheel than like a roller coaster.
Sure. I would concede that.
Like, I wouldn't want to be stuck on one of those things that go over like a huge gorge in one of those carts, but in the simple circle of loop. Yeah, if there's a malfunction, like as long as it's not coming apart.
Yeah, like you're just getting stuck at the top of a Ferris wheel is no different than being like stuck in traffic. You're just sitting there and can't move.
Yeah, but you're up high and then the thing
And what, you
begins
think
to
it's gonna
rock.
fall?
Then it starts to rock back and forth. And it's like, no, thank you.
Shout out to everyone in the chat right now. Share the show around, smash the like while you're here, and use code Mayo at Underdog Fantasy. They're saying that episode 3 and 4 of Dragon House is pretty good.
How many episodes do I have to watch before it's good? Like,
But didn't
am
you
I
watch the full first season or no?
Yeah, I did. And like, it was fine. That's why I started watching this. Like, how many bad episodes do I have to sit through before the good ones?
But like, I'll ask you a question because I genuinely don't really have any TV to watch. I kind of go back to The Sopranos. What are you watching over that if you've already done the first season and the season premiere of season 2?
I mean, honestly, the last month and a half has been consumed with me watching the soccer tournaments, this, and now the Olympics. So, like, I'm not going to watch any TV until like mid to late August.
Soccer tournaments were great TV.
They were great TV. Every fourth year is a great year because you get the Olympics, you get the soccer tournaments, you get a presidential election. You just like these are every fourth year is a content bonanza.
I didn't watch Trump's speech. Did you watch it?
I did.
I watched
90 minutes of it.
I watched the Hulkster's promo.
Well,
Rip the shirt off.
the first 15 to 20 minutes of the speech were world class. And then the last hour of
He
it
just
was just him doing shtick, talking about Hannibal Lecter again. And like talking about how the Packers are going to have a good season this year. And, like just vamping.
Did he name drop the Packers?
Oh, yeah, because it's in the convention
Oh,
was
yeah,
in Milwaukee,
Wisconsin.
and the delegation all had the cheese heads on. And so he just started vamping about the Packers. And it was like, if he had just wrapped up after the first 30 to 40 minutes, I think it could have been a very impactful speech. But he just went rambling and rambling. Now, hopefully for his sake, people turned it off after the first half hour. But
I mean,
it wasn't nearly as good as it should have been.
Yeah,
And his
not-
grandkids just stayed awake for all that?
Yeah, I mean, I shouldn't say I'm surprised, but like, but it was a very good convention for them. They put together for them a very good convention.
I just saw Hulk ripping his shirt off. It's the only thing that.
And then he started talking to Hulk and blowing him kisses. That happened for a bit, and he's pointing at people in the stands and asking them to stand up and cheer.
he was like really feeling.
At one point, he pulled out $1 million check out of his pocket and waved it around and put it back in his pocket. One of the big moments was they had the uniform of the firefighter who was shot at the assassination attempt. He walked over and kissed it.
Yes.
That was
My
a big
wife
moment.
saw that. She was really creeped out by it.
Yeah, but it was like a very emotionally affecting moment as well. That's the moment that will stick with you, I think.
Greg Graham has a question for Tim Andercuss in the chat. Would your indoor golf family fun park have a Ferris wheel, or is that just not practical?
It would not have a Ferris wheel. Too terrifying. The insurance would be too high.
Oh, now the insurance it comes up.
I hadn't really thought of it before somebody mentioned it. Whatever. Like, it's a lot of fun. You could probably do it for $500 million, but
What?
the whole thing.
No. Well, you said we looked up the Boeing one. That was over $1 billion, and that was 10 years ago. What do you need? 5 of those? I think the part that you've missed with all of this is that you can't build. You sent me a shed from Home Depot, and you were going to use that as the walls, like very thin aluminum. That's like this.
That's what I'm
How
imagining.
is the structure going to stand up?
It'll be structurally
It's
sound.
8.5 kilometers of acreage that you need to. It's not like you can put up 4 walls and a roof and it's done. You need walls everywhere to hold it up. You realize that, right?
I mean, it's fine.
You didn't think about that, did you?
It's just, there aren't big walls in the middle of big football stadiums.
This is way bigger than a football stadium. Like, I don't want to say exponentially because that would be hyperbole, but you're probably looking at what? 50 football stadiums? Maybe more?
I don't know. In my mind, I'm imagining it like a hangar or a.
Guido's now 3 in the bunker on 8.
Oh dear! Just go backwards. Declare it unplayable, which you can do in a bunker.
And
That's
what?
what you
Can
should
you
start
take
doing.
it out?
Yes,
Every
it's a hazard. You can declare a shot unplayable in a bunker.
Every time that you get into a bunker, you should just take a drop out of the bunker and make a penalty.
You are entitled to do that.
And then you could save birdie on the hole by making a 4 on a par 3.
There you go. That's the ones that you feel really good about. When you make a 4 or 3 on a par 3, you're like, okay, I have now put some extra gas in the tank. I can afford to bleed away a stroke at a par 5 or something. Rory's playing one.
Rory should retire.
So depressing.
Losing the Tiger. It's just not stopping for him.
But the important thing is to remember is that Rory's actually having a really good year. And how dare anybody say he's not having a really good year?
Well, you said
even though he's humiliating himself,
you said
major
you
after
said
major,
that he
he's
wasn't
having a really
you
good
said
year.
that he wasn't having a good year, and he has 3 wins, came second in
Yeah.
a major. Then you said Rob was having a good year.
He is.
He's been way worse than Rory.
Well, I don't know that that's true now.
Rory still has 3 wins this year. Rob
Yeah.
has 0 for one thing,
Rob-
and has a 50% top 10 rate on live.
Yeah. No, Rory's having an all-time year. Yeah.
I don't believe anyone said that. But you said that Rom was having a better year than Rory, which is objectively false. It's not even close.
They don't play as many tournaments.
So that's the problem.
And he didn't play in one of the majors. He was too hurt.
Who would you say is having the better year here, Jeff?
Rory's having a more painful year. That's for sure.
Yeah, but you can only have a painful year when you're in contention.
Rom is having a painful year.
Yeah, you hurt his foot.
I don't know. You mix the face plant at Pinehurst with this, and it's like, oh goodness.
Yeah, not good.
This year is just leaves a bitter taste in your mouth. Oh, he won a team event. Okay.
And he won Quail Hollow, and he won in Dubai.
But I think Rom, for all he got, I think he's quite shocked at the gap that still remains. I thought that he might be what drives them together in some weird way. And in fact, it seems like that we're not even close.
Nope, not yet. But don't worry.
And I truly believe this. You cannot tell me otherwise. He desperately wants to compete against Scotty Scheffler more often.
Do you think that Tim loves Liv so they can give him money to build this golf course? They're the only people on the planet who would build this.
It's like that was that town that they're building in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
all indoors.
It's all indoors in a straight line.
Yeah, super skinny, but goes on for 20
And
kilometers.
it's just in the middle of the desert. You're yeah, why not?
That seems very sustainable. Well, Sanjay's playing well in another major.
I mean, if he makes this, he makes the cut. He should make the cut anyway. But although it's veering back to plus, it's still +5 right now. He misses
if
that.
you
He's gonna miss the
consider
cut.
how lucky Shane Lowry has gotten, I'd argue no one has played better than Justin Rose.
Oh, the bounce that Lowry got on the postage stamp hole was such a great break. That ball was destined for the coffin bunker. And then it bounced to the left or to the right. That was crazy.
The
Someone in
stats
the
might
chat
even
asked,
show it.
Very much what I asked you. How do you support 125-foot ceilings if there is no support in the middle?
Well, you just have trusses that run underneath, like I-beams up in the ceiling, keeps it in place, like a big barn.
Spanning over 8.5 kilometers.
Well, the squared foot, it's not quite that long. Like the breadth and length of it isn't that long.
You don't think that's that long?
No, the breadth and length of it would be 8 kilometers.
This
Like
Scotty
square.
here that Henley has, to me, seems like the most popular one on tour. I think it's like the 9.5.
I looked at that one. I like the weight that the one that I used with you. And I mean, it's the most, I'm sure that they do this on purpose, but putting really nice clubs in rental bags is just the sales tactic of the world. I got to use it for 18 holes. Hey, I like this. It's so much different than walking into like a golf store and be like, yeah, I'll hit like 3 or 4 putts with this one and this one and this one. Like, who the fuck knows? And all of the, I mean, conspiracy Pat here for a second. And I would do this if I owned like the golf store and on the putting green. But I would have everything filtering towards the.
I believe they already do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I
for
already
sure.
believe that happens.
Like, I mean, I'm making
It's like a
I
kid's
make
putt putt.
80% of the putts I hit at Golf Town. 80% of them. Like, don't tell me that I'm not that good at putting. So don't tell me you're not doing something. Really tempted after this live show to go to Golf Town and buy a putter.
Okay.
I am. I'm very tempted.
Just don't buy as many putters as you do drivers.
Yeah, if you just allocated a fourth of your driver budget to a new putter, you'd already have 3.
Somebody sent me the other day on Facebook a direct message of just the new tailor-made mini driver. Say a word, just sent me the link to it.
When was the last time you put the mini driver in your bag?
It's been it's been like a few rounds.
Oh,
And
you
you've been
bought the
playing a lot
mini
better without it
burner?
there, haven't you?
You
Yeah,
bought the mini
It's
burner?
like when I took my 3-wood out of my bag. Now that I have no desire to hit it.
Tim, you bought the mini burner?
No, I
He
bought.
he bought a mini driver like 2 years
Yeah, I
ago.
bought the 2-wood, the tailor-made mini driver 2 years ago.
Bobby. See ya.
They were saying Lowry doesn't have a 3-wood in his bag either, which is weird because when Stenson won this thing, he basically only hit 3-woods.
Yeah, that was Stenson's club, though. Stenson just always hit 3-woods. Well, JT is going to play the weekend. Good for him.
He actually
Didn't go
played
full.
much better on the back, actually.
And when you shoot 45 on the front, it's tough to go worse on the back.
But I thought he had won this thing on Thursday.
Yeah, no, that's
I was
actually a
told.
lovely
2 weeks in a row, back-to-back winner, Justin Thomas.
That is genuinely like a lovely recovery from a
Yeah, it
49, a 45 on the
It
front
is.
You
on
know who
this
might
golf
be the
course.
worst player in the field this week? Your boy Pooj. He's been bad.
Pooj has not acquitted himself well at any of the majors.
He
I
is
don't
currently 14 over, and he's only on the 7th hole.
think. How did former Live star Laurie Cantor do this week?
I thought he made the cut. Maybe I was wrong.
But he's not on Live
Yeah.
anymore, so he can play.
He's T29. Yeah, he played in the Scottish Open
How?
this week. I honestly don't know.
I don't know the rules. Like, does
Like,
that
if
mean
you're-
T-Mac could start playing on the DP World Tour if he
I
wanted?
think if no one really knows who you are, the
Unbelievable.
PGA doesn't care. Like, no one in America knows the fuck Laurie Cantor is.
You can't show Rom hit 130 off
I'm Jay for
line.
potentially the cut. A miss, and he's probably done. Cool. All right. Still has life here.
You can't show Rom hit that bad of a shot and then not show us his reaction.
I see Zalatoris is 7 over. I haven't seen a shot of his.
I
all-time.
just saw him.
Okay, but you're on a designated hole feed.
Yeah, well, he's 7 over.
But like, I figured to see a shot of who he is.
No,
Come
they don't
on,
show that guy
Hatton.
anymore.
He hates it.
Ooh,
He
that
hates
got
it.
away from him.
I shot
Oh,
like
yeah.
12 shots of Jack Hutsby yesterday.
Who that? I don't even know who that
Who's
is.
He was like T2 for a while yesterday.
Yeah, probably because he was T2, not 8 over or something.
Yeah, but what time of the day was that?
Good morning.
Like before anyone was on the course.
No. It was like 8 o'clock our time.
No, someone just dropped back. It was no clue. So it's only going to take 2 more players to push it to +6, and it'll take 14 players to push it to +7. Let's see how many guys here at +5 or better still on the
I'm
course.
shocked it's
Homa could
taken
certainly
us.
do it.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Homa,
7,
Rye,
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 guys between +4 and +5 right now.
I'm shocked at how long it's taken
13,
us to
14,
get it to 6.
15, yeah. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So there's 20 guys at on the course right now at +2 or worse. That'd be the only chance 7 has.
people you've never heard of, like Sean Crocker.
Percent, I bet
We've
Sean
heard of
Crocker
Sean
on TV
Crocker.
before.
When I say you, I mean the 99% of people.
People who are watching the show
No,
bet on golf. Too.
Yeah, who do you
never
think
heard
is
of him, never heard of Tommy Morrison.
No, the people who are
Tommy Gunn,
watching this
the
have
Brit.
Oh,
You
12
don't know
is
any of the DP World Tour players.
12 is
Nobody
impossible.
does.
The guy people watching this show do because they bet on this stuff.
They don't know the DP World.
You don't because you don't pay
They
any attention.
They don't know.
In some weird way, you might be the most casual golf fan who listens to this, and I'm not even calling that an insult.
I would tend to agree.
I'm not insulted by that.
No, but I don't even mean it as an insult because I know how much you actually follow the sport and try to keep up with it. But there's just like a tier of player deep.
John Koch here, the first reply. I played Sean Crocker in late round showdown today.
I feel bad for you.
Is he not having a good day?
Oh, he's actually doing okay. But like, no, I don't.
Why do you feel bad for him if he's having a good day? He's 4 over total.
No, he's 3 over. He did just make a birdie.
Points.
Come on.
No, as people know, I come in to pay attention to the majors, and I like to think of myself as knowledgeable as anybody at majors. But other than that,
Well, I mean,
I'm out of it.
I mean, that's not true because you seemingly don't know half the people. Not that they matter.
No, I'm talking about the history of the majors and like what have happened 6 years ago or 5 years ago.
Sure, but what
So I will have watched.
what Geoff and I are saying is that people who tune into this show, of everyone who tunes into this show, like there's not a lot of like very casual golf viewers who are turning into us talking about golf.
Yeah, unless it's like a friend of mine or something.
Yeah. Most people are here because we're betting on golf.
And they like know some of these Corn Ferry or
And when you
DP
bet on
names.
golf, you know all like the random people.
Speaking of Corn Ferry,
Oh, so you did see it.
yes, I did see it.
Poor guy. Shad Tootin.
Speaking of Corn Ferry,
I wonder if Shadley's still in the lead over there.
I did see it. I didn't say anything. I didn't tweet it. I didn't like it. But like, good for him.
But you've been made, well, it's only round
I've
2.
been made aware.
Chad Tootin.
Shad, S-H-A.
Shad. What's that short for? Shadley?
I don't
Shadley
know.
Tootin?
Shadwick?
Shadwick.
Okay,
don't
so
know.
they-
All right, so on the Corn Ferry Tour, oh, geez. We got a 5-6-way tie for first. Got some real guys here. Richie Warinsky's tied for first. Max McGreevy.
I've heard of Warinsky.
are they not going to show Rom's shot from that
No. I
native area?
Why would they, Jeff? He's on live.
mean, they're also showing a guy the exact same score as him.
Why would they ever show a live guy that they didn't have to?
They just showed Rom hit a shot.
They don't show
but I'm
nearly enough
seeing-
of them.
He hit it
There's
to a
not really
horrible
that many.
12. Number 12 is playing to a half stroke over par. Rom hit it to a horrible place in this native area, and I've shot tracked it to 3.5 feet, and they're not going to show me that shot, are they?
Live alternate John Catlin is inside the cut line now.
Good for him.
Well, no, he's at +6, so he should make the cut. Let's see. You can watch Bryson and Hatton are both on the featured.
Tommy's going to miss the cut, man.
Yeah. No shit. Oh, Chase Seifert, T14 on corn. Sam Bennett, T7. Here we go.
Well, people know Sam Bennett.
How-
He's great at the Masters.
And he was like T5 at LA Country Club.
Yeah,
last year?
that's right.
I threw 3 rounds and he fell back, but I think he was the USAM champ.
None of the amateurs were in this tournament that I expected to see that we saw all kinds of at Pinehurst.
Like
I'm going to see my friend.
Clanton and
Clanton.
and the other fellow, Shipley.
Shipley's a pro now.
I'm gonna see my friend
did he forfeit
tomorrow.
his berth into this?
I think so.
Okay.
But he's come like top 10 twice, so I
No, I get it. No,
I think he's happy with his decision.
no, I totally understand it. Just
I'm going to see my friend tomorrow who's Ben Silverman's family lives in the same cul-de-sac.
Is that going on to the train tracks?
Oh, Hatton Bizzle.
now, I also believe that those guys should still be allowed to take up their berths in the tournament, but they can't earn any money in the tournament
What the fuck would they want to play?
to play in the Open.
Not
What are you
everyone's
talking
gonna
about?
rather
These
play-
guys would.
They would
Shipley
rather
wouldn't play.
play in the Barracuda
Shipley would
and
have
win
taken the
money
invite.
and earn a full-time tour card.
He would have taken the invite.
I don't think
You
so.
have a very skewed impression.
Yes, he would have taken the
Perspective.
invite. People would go to the major and play.
It's just like when really, really poor people talk about what they would do with really, really rich people's money, which they would never do if they were rich.
That
know,
was an
Trump does it.
incredible up and down from John Rahm on maybe the hardest hole on the golf course. They showed us the 3-foot putt. They did not show us hit it.
Jesus
him
Christ,
hit it
Jeff,
to
just go
3
suck
feet.
Rom's dick, man. Like, fuck off. Who cares?
He's playing great.
He's playing fine. They're showing shots. We haven't seen like a full hole of anyone on this broadcast.
We did see a lot of Tiger.
Okay,
Sure.
I agree, but why show the average shots and not show the great shots?
Maybe they're doing it just to troll you.
No,
I think made another birdie.
Good for him.
mean, he's playing great outside of one hole.
That'll happen.
I'm just saying, wouldn't you be better off showing the great shot and then mentioning he made the comebacker for
Of course.
par?
Sure, but
course.
As we've been doing the show for a decade, Jeff, the coverage is bad. It's
I
bad every
know.
week.
I
You
know, but
this.
these
It's bad,
they
and
usually do a better job out here.
it's bad, and it's never going to get better.
Man, should we just bet Neiman? What's Neiman live? He's
You're
back to
telling me
+1.
You're telling me
Wow.
Neiman has a pulse?
Yeah, three birdies and 5 holes on the
What?
on the like.
Let's
Yeah.
go! Let's go!
Like, calm down. He's a +1. Yeah, he's 66.
How quickly have you given up on Corey Connors, Jeff?
Oh, and he just hit it into the native area. Oh,
The native area is fine as long as it's not a bush. Did he hit it into a
Do you
bush?
think those Gorse Brooks have prickers?
I
Yeah, I bet
wonder.
they do.
I'm going to
He's just
see.
off the fairway. Native area is basically the rough here, Jeff.
Yeah, it's like that stuff. The wispy.
All right.
Yeah,
Neiman.
which
rough.
I mean, you can get a really bad lie in there.
But you can also get a great lie.
Yeah, like as someone who hits it into that shit, like whenever we play cabin,
Yeah.
sometimes you walk up, it's like, oh, this is fine.
But sometimes you're an inch off the fairway
You're
or in there,
fucked,
and you're
yeah.
just can't do anything with it. Like, it's very hit or miss.
The best part is that everyone in the chat's like, Jeff, they showed the shot, you just weren't paying attention.
They did show the shot. They must have, right? Tell me. Yeah, I'm rather take the L because, like, it had to have been such a great shot.
Can confirm they showed all of Rob's shots.
Okay, good. See,
This is like when this morning I was complaining about how they weren't showing Burmeister
Yeah, but
shots.
they were.
And you're like, I just saw Burmeister.
okay. Thank you to the chat. Hatton's
See,
hitting his provisional, or
Jeff
is-
and I are similar in the sense that we've already decided what we'd like to complain about,
Yeah.
and they just are going to complain about it regardless.
You guys have turned into boomers.
okay. Hold
overnight.
on. I want someone from.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Is that Rob?
I
No,
don't know
that's
who that
Hatton hitting his third.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's his third shot. Yeah.
See ya, Hatton.
Now he may have finished short of the
Can
Gorse
I
there.
contend that I actually want
Bryson.
someone from
You put the bad
Canada?
lie in there.
I want someone from Canada to tell me they saw that shot on TV.
by the guy
It's
in
the
the
same
kilt?
broadcast.
He's by
I
the
feel-
kiltman.
The guy in the kilt doesn't even know the ball's at his feet.
No, he doesn't.
People are now just like, take the L, Jeff. They showed it.
A lot of L's being taken this week, Jeffrey.
I take them all the time. I got 3 kids and a wife. You know how many L's I take?
Shout out to my wife who's not watching, who is retiring today.
Good for her.
I got the kids tonight. She's going out for, they're sending her a nice goodbye.
Good for her.
Great.
Muzzle tov.
Is that supposed to be the
Gopher from
gopher
Caddyshack.
from Caddyshack?
I can't hear it, so I don't know.
If it isn't, then that commercial makes no sense.
Why? Maybe
I
it's
think
not,
they're
maybe-
playing off that.
But like, I guess it's mostly older people who are watching, so they get the reference. But if you're like 26, do you get that reference?
They're not even trying for 26 right
Okay,
now.
like-
the lowest part of the demographic they're trying for is us.
Okay, and we're like the youngest generation of people who would get that reference.
Yeah.
But like,
I
why
mean,
does
I
golf?
honestly, I don't know what
Okay,
22-year-olds watch for movies.
I feel like they
why
would
does
not know
golf
that.
even need old people? I mean, young people. When like literally once guys turn 30, they all just like, at least half of them find golf. Like you don't even like it. It's a natural course. Who cares
Yeah,
if you
like,
attract young people?
Especially
or not?
for anyone who like played sports for like beyond high school, whether they play in like a club, university, college, some senior level, whatever it is. Like eventually you get to the point where you just can't play it anymore. So even if you're a good baseball player, your hand-eye matches up with golf. Even if you've never played before, like what are you going to go play fucking slow pitch? Or you can just take up golf and get pretty good at it.
When you're
Like-
36, you can't keep up and pick up basketball anymore
I mean,
Like,
if you play with
in a
like,
league.
if you play with
Sorry.
like plus 35.
Oh yeah, sure,
yes.
sure. But if you're playing with people in their 20s and whatever, you're like, you know what? I'm just going to go play golf now.
I want to take back something I said. Obviously, it's good
Ron
for
hit the
young
shot.
people. It's young people for young people to play golf. I don't think the TV aspect of golf needs to cater to young people at all.
No, but I do think it needs to evolve because it's not good. Just because
Yes.
just because you're catering it to a certain person doesn't mean that you can't make it better.
No, I agree. I just from my like at some point they'll all find their way into that demographic and instead of having their parents' money, they'll usually have their own money by the time they fall into that demographic. So that's when you want them anyway. Who cares?
What brand of putter do you think I should get?
Let's ask the chat.
I've been
Scotty,
using
a ping?
I've been using the Tiger Woods Nike milled sole putter for about 10
you're
years.
you're definitely, this is like talking to someone like you've
It's the Method
definitely
1 putter that I have.
Yeah, I just got a Scotty and I had an Odyssey for probably like 17 years. So I had no problem paying up because I practiced
like,
with it and it felt beautifully.
I legitimately cut my DraftKings entries in half this week and bought the putter.
Good.
Instead of spending it on DraftKings, I bought something that I'll hopefully have for like 20 years.
And you look at all these missed cuts and you're like, that was probably the plus
smart
EV.
move. Although, who the fuck do I need? I need someone to hold on. And then like I only played like 4 Millie Maker entries instead of like 20 like I normally do. And my best team needs. Did you just fart?
No, I did not.
Oh, it had fucking Finau on it. No, it was Scheffler, Lowry, Pavon, Horschel, and Norin. Now Finau's gone and fucked it all up.
Was Cameron Smith on a lot of your teams?
He was on. He's killing the my other Scheffler.
Somehow he looks sloppier in the wind and the rain, and
he's alive. How was that only his third shot?
it's his fourth shot.
It's saying it's his
I know,
third
but
shot.
they're wrong. It's his fourth shot.
Get it. Chip in
mate.
from there. Tyrrell.
But yeah, he like looked dumpy, and
I'm telling you, he's the sloppiest man alive. Built like a bag of milk.
when you referred to him looking like one of our friends, I can't stop seeing it.
He has the exact same build. Like he is the,
Except the long hair. That's
he is
the only difference.
definition of skinny fat.
Yeah, it's
Tim,
true.
that might have just been his third shot.
But he hit his drive out of
of
bounds,
bounds.
Jeff.
But they
Yeah.
might not have actually gone out of bounds. I'm
Unless
just
it bounced off of the railroad tracks and there.
That'd be
I
something
guess
you would do.
the TV would just smash.
You would hit the
track.
railroad tracks on the right
Right
angle
angle and come
fucking
back
bounce
in.
onto the green or
Yeah,
something.
that would happen.
Let's check the app, see what it's saying.
Has the app been good? I thought the app's been good, but you guys criticize this app.
No,
It's
this
just-
app I don't criticize like the other apps.
He did take a penalty apparently. Shot 1 into the bushes. Shot 2. Oh yeah, that was his original drop.
Yeah,
They
it
found
seemed
his
like
ball.
it was the original drive.
Because if you can find your ball, you can drop it where it is.
Yeah, but if you're out of bounds,
He wasn't out of bounds.
but it was
it
his
didn't-
third shot. So it was out of bounds and he dropped it.
The
third shot.
The first one didn't make it to the train tracks. It was in the gorse
Okay, so he took it unplayable on his first shot.
on his first shot and
Yes,
played it from
yes.
there.
Gotcha.
That's what
Gotcha.
happened. That's what happened.
All right.
I could have
Yeah.
explained that better. I'm sorry.
That makes sense. Except for Lowry, it was his second shot that he hit.
Yes, but when he hit his provisional, they're like, "Oh no, we found it." I feel like after you hit the provisional, like if they
But
find
the
it, like,
whole purpose of calling it a provisional is that it's a
I get-
provisional
I
shot.
get that, but like, eventually, you got to speed this shit up.
They do it to prevent people from declaring balls lost when there's a real good chance it's not lost.
Balls can't be lost when there's freaking spectators.
It can
It's
be.
so
It happened to Bryson.
silly.
Didn't it
It's
happen
so-
to Bryson at
At
the Masters?
yeah, but there was no one
There
standing.
was no
where he
one there.
at
It was
where he
the
hit ball.
November Masters.
And the Masters is pretty segregated in terms of like where people can stand.
Yes, that's true.
Like there's
Yes,
just
it's true. There's a lot
barren
of
parts of the
areas
course.
Well, yeah,
they
like
don't let
like
you-
that part of Amen Corner, 11, 12, 13, like there's nobody.
All right, let's
Yeah.
see here. This is what the chat is saying for you, Tim.
Okay.
the ping
An
answer.
LAP or a Scotty, take one from the putt course. They're free. You'll love that. It's just like taking shampoo from the gym.
Tim would look really funny in one of those lab putters. Hey, why don't you go broomstick, Tim?
No.
You really would be.
Yeah. Feel like that. You only go
That
to
is the evolution. That's your next putter after this.
you
one.
only go to the broomstick when you've given up all other options.
Yeah, so once you pay good money for a spider, a Scotty, or a ping, you're going broomstick next. We all feel it.
What's a Bettinardi? That's what one guy said.
Bettinardi, it's a really high-end putter.
There you go. Get with
Pass.
Tim Too Rich is should be buying that one.
Tim, you should think about the putters the same way you'd buy an SUV.
Only luxury.
Yeah. So Scotty, Bettinardi, Lab. I don't know if Lab's luxury, but they're really expensive.
I wonder if PXG makes a good putter.
Does PXG?
I
make
saw them
putters?
at Golf Town, some PXG putters. And I love your notion that Golf Town mats are like putt
Yes.
mats. That's
100%. What percent of putts do you make there? It's ridiculous.
The one well, after playing 2 rounds with this putter now, the one thing I've really found is that my weight is so much better.
Wonder why that
Right?
is.
You can feel it right away. You've got to
Yeah.
dial that in, obviously, and some distance putts, like it'll take getting used to, but you can feel it right away.
Well, I had the old, I had the DJ putter with the weight at the top, like the Odyssey, the Odyssey mallet, and just I found putts inside like 15 feet are real jumpy, and where this one is like more toe leaning, that if I hit it off the toe or hit it off the heel, it still goes to where I'm trying to hit it to, rather than coming up like 8 feet short like it did with the other one. So it's seemingly good for bad putters, or if you don't make nice save by Bryce.
Bryson. What
I know
a
he
guy.
needs, he
What
needs
a
that to
guy.
stay in the game.
By the
here.
way, I love that look. The like navy with the cream.
Cream colored sweater. Yes, it is
Yeah.
nice.
I
Gotta
like
say,
that look. I
he,
like
he-
that
he
look.
has made, he is the only person, like you call it like Legion 13, no one gives a shit about that, but his like live look is a good look. Versus
is.
all the other ones seem like
Brooks's look is good. It's very clean.
yeah, but he's still
Yeah,
wearing
but Brooks is still Nike. He doesn't associate with
Yeah.
Live in his
but like
apparel.
of all like the live logos and the live gear, Bryson stuff, like it looks good.
I mean, I agree with you.
The other stuff look like fucking cartoon characters.
I don't know if you compare that between people who look like NASCAR drivers.
Oh, I don't love all the, like Rory has a
Rory,
great-
but yeah, because Rory's got one sponsor. He looks clean.
when he looked when he was on the Range earlier, I thought he was Adam Scott from behind.
Yeah, like the guys who only have one sponsor, those look nice. Or like Sergio when he used to wear just the Adidas.
but like
that looked nice.
Sergio looks ridiculous now.
Yeah,
He
that's
looks like
the point,
Ronald
but he's trying to
McDonald.
look
I
nice.
get that, but he looks silly.
I can respect that. That's what he's trying for.
Yeah, he's like trying to be very intense and in your
Yes.
face, and it's like a statement. He's doing fashion statement, but you know, it just creates Ronald McDonald memes, but he won.
Usually
so-
Justin Thomas dresses really nicely too.
I love Justin Thomas. Well, here's the thing. I mean, I'm a short, fat guy, but I adore the Grayson look that that the skinny, slender guys like Baccia and Justin Thomas can pull off. I can't pull that off. But I love a good Grayson shirt.
Here's the thing: skinny, slender guys can pull off any look. That's the whole deal. That's why mannequins are not real people.
Okay,
bodies.
I agree, but some brands like tailor to that in the same way like a Peter Millar like tailors, you know, to make me cool in the hot summer and comfortable. I like Grayson. I'm just, you know, a lot of their layouts I'm self-aware enough to know I can't pull off, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, you know when we posted that photo of me, you, and Pizzola at the course, Jeff. You know what really triggered a lot of people?
Pizzola's shirt.
No, me not wearing a hat.
That always trigger. Every time I've golfed with you, we post a picture. But I assume anytime you post a picture golfing, you get trolled for that.
I don't get it. I don't get why people wear. I don't
Some
get.
courses require you to wear ball cap because
That's
of the
not
sun.
true.
Yeah, it is true. Some places.
Who is the only person who didn't get a sunburn when we played, Jeff?
Well,
Me.
I am pale. I'm a polar
The
bear.
back of your neck was beat red. Why? I think I was the only person who put on fucking sunscreen.
I did, but not enough, and the heat came a little earlier than I thought. No, I'm a polar bear. I get easily burnt, so I've got to load up. But I don't know. People give you a hard time for the hat.
Yeah, I think I would get too hot wearing a hat.
I mean, there's a reason why people in really hot climates all wear hats. It keeps the sun off you.
They're
Do
outdoors
they?
all the time in
Fair
really
enough,
hot
but, like,
climates. And
people-
they're also in like.
Are you talking about like
100
people in
degree weather.
Like,
Hawaii
if you
wearing?
lived in Florida, you would wear a hat
I probably wouldn't.
in the
Are you
summer.
talking about like people in Hawaii wearing huge straw hats? Like, what are you?
Well, there's
talking
or Panama. Like if you live somewhere where it's really, really hot, you always wear a hat.
I mean,
It's a luxury of living in Canada
fairness,
where you don't have
as,
to.
As someone who went to Panama this year, no one wore a hat. You wear
Everybody-
a hat if you're like working in the field.
You also went in the winter.
It was 33 degrees.
Just saying,
when I
if
was
you
there.
if in the summer, it's like another 10 degrees hotter.
I mean, it's pretty much at the equator. I feel like it's pretty constant.
It still gets hotter as it gets.
I wonder what it is in Panama City today.
Probably
Anyway.
balmy. I mean, I don't care what people do, but there is a reason people wear hats outdoors. It does keep the sun off you, and it's
'Cause
helps
you-
prevent sunstroke and all that kind of stuff.
If you wear a hat, I'm pretty sure you think you're going bald.
Dude,
That's the
Neiman
only
made
explanation. I can come up with.
another one.
What's that?
Neiman made another one.
He's back to even.
Yes.
Yes. All right.
Right.
Another one
wish-
for Legion 13. They're having a day.
He's not on Legion 13.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Oh, is he on Torque?
Yeah.
Oh, I think he joined Rom and
No.
No, they have
Hatchet.
Rouge.
He's
Puig
got
and
his
who
own-
else?
Caleb Surratt.
Surratt. That's who the other person was. Caleb.
4K. It's like the South Americans, Team Chile, and
Yeah, Neiman's having like the best round out there. He's the only guy right now on the course who's like flirting with the top 10. Him, MK Kim, who's on hole 8. And then
Like the last group.
Henley, Rom, and Hatton just kind of Hatton only made just a bogey. So that's not so bad.
I have seen a lot of Brian Harman shots,
He's a defending Open champion.
I understand
Defending
that.
champion golfer of the year.
but he's very frustrating to watch on TV.
He has said that he's trying to cut it out.
Well, you know what? I'm very glad to hear that because I'm sure he hears it from a lot of people. Like, can't you speed up your game?
I think the U.S. Open, they like went out of there. One of the majors, might have even been Valhalla. One of the majors this year was like being like intensely cruel that we lost that. But
I
they
mean,
were, like,
Jay says
panning
Pat
to-
doesn't
they were
want the
panning
camp
to, like,
stay
a
face
turtle.
fan line. I mean, that's absolutely true. I'm very
Wha-
concerned about my nice tan at all times.
No, sure.
I don't want to have a white forehead.
but I've also said
Like
this
Stuart
before,
fucking
sometimes
Well, that's an extreme one. Yes.
in my public, I'm kind of with hats. Like I've stopped wearing hats.
Stop
But,
what?
like golfing, I still like to wear a hat because the sun. But in public, in the summer or when it's nice,
Uh-oh.
I've
Oh
actually-
dear.
oi,
Oh,
I've actually really toned down hats.
Tom is trying to hit it
because
to Ireland.
I feel
Oh,
like when you have
goodness.
my gut and you're 40 and a full head of hair, you should at least like show off your full head of hair. It's like my only redeeming quality. So
I'm with it.
like, why hide that under a hat?
Oh, here's your guy right here. Buy card
You heard?
for birdie. He's at +5. He's going to make it here, it looks like.
Somebody is going to send you the money later.
Are they?
Yeah. Currently driving at a charity golf event this
Yeah,
afternoon.
I'm sure he is. Despite the fact that he can send it he works for the bank and has fucking every app known to man for sending money.
And lives on his phone.
Lives on his telling you that he's eventually going to pay me when he could have just paid me in the time that it took him to write that fucking message.
But I already know that us Neiman backers will
Rory.
Neiman will
Rory.
have won this tournament without the road hole or
What?
the postage stamp. That
Maybe.
fucking bunker.
Yeah, as people in the chat are saying, and I agree with, not showing Neiman here is weird. Now that he's made 4 birdies on the back now.
I agree.
And apparently he just chipped in for this last one.
Insert Tim's live rant because it's fair.
But
But they
it's
are
not a
showing
live
every-
thing, though. They're only showing people in the featured group.
I mean, I exaggerate it. There's no doubt. But like,
there is a
they
bias.
do. There is an anti-live bias to the coverage.
No, but they're
depends on who
showing
it is.
every Bryson and Rom shots.
Yeah.
They don't
Bryson, that's
care.
because Bryson's the most popular golfer in the world,
And he's also,
and he's playing. And like,
but he's also in the featured group. So
Yes,
we're getting all
that-
Bryson, we're getting all Hatton because he's in the featured group, and we're
Yes.
getting all of Rom.
that's right. If you're not in that group, they're not going to show you.
So what does
there's
this mean? They
two
have no cameras on the course?
No, they do. It's just this is how NBC has decided that they want to show this. They're from the Tim school of thought. Like Tim talks about how like your average person doesn't know who Sean Crocker is. I agree. The average person watching this show knows who he is, but the average person watching the Open Championship is far more casual than Tim is.
Yes.
And they don't know who the fuck Joaquin Neiman is.
No, never heard of
But
him.
you could
never
show
heard
a
of him.
hot
Don't want to see
golfer
him.
making great shots.
I
too.
agree. But
Like-
that's not, they would rather show Max Homa.
It's a television show, and they want to show the people that people know.
And that is where golf does its biggest disservice right there.
Oh, Rory, that was so far left.
Like seeing young guys hit good shots is important to building them up when they might actually be good. Like you're not going to show Neiman if he's shooting 80, but if he's the best guy on the course, you should be showing.
yeah,
him.
no, I understand.
Like they're showing a ton of Henley and Harmon, but they're also American, and this is an American
Mhm.
broadcast. So
That's also true too. Henley.
like for example, if this was a Canadian only broadcast, we would see every Adam Hadwin shot on the course. He'd be the Tiger Woods of the Canadian broadcast.
I was kind of hoping they would take the Tiger. I think this is the last time that we see Tiger at the Open that isn't at St. Andrews.
Everyone's talking about Tiger retiring.
Not
Like,
retiring, but
the
like,
dude played fucking like 3 times this year. He's fine.
like
if he can get like a bit healthier, like he was involved. When was the car
he
crash?
doesn't want to go to tournaments he doesn't think he can win.
No, I understand that, but like when was the car crash? Was it last 2 years?
2
ago?
years ago, right? 2.5
I mean,
years ago.
unless his body is truly wrecked and he can never recover from it. But the fact that he's still coming out here and beating Rory,
Yeah,
is,
I'm
like,
just saying I wouldn't be surprised if the next Open he plays at isn't for a couple of years and it's at St. Andrews.
see. I would think that he's never he US Open, I could see him giving up. I don't know why he'd ever give up the Open. Like, that's his actual, I don't want to say he has a legit shot to win, but couldn't you just see Tiger doing this in 5 years, being the Justin Rose of this year? Or the Tom Watson? Like, Tiger's got that still if he can be in non-pain.
But he's got to be able to play other events.
That's it. He can't just come in cold. He has no chance.
Awesome.
I
Like
agree.
said,
Coming
just
cold.
the
But I think a lot of that
competitive
has to do with his health.
But I don't think his health will allow him to not come in.
His health currently can't, but if he rehabs and does all that stuff, like, it takes
I hope so.
not only would it take a long time to come back from that anyway, regardless of your age or how in shape you were, being in fucking 50 is not helping.
I mean, I certainly hope so. It's much better for golf when he can actually play, and it isn't like cringy when they're showing his shots. Like, you want to see him play
Johnny,
well.
stay out of it.
He's going to get the Lowry
good bounce.
He got the bounce.
Great
Got
bounce.
the Lowry bounce.
That's a
We
kick
got
in birdie
the
for Ron.
bounce. Let's go, Tim. Big game hunt
All
this
right.
shit.
All of a sudden, the worm has turned here for the live guys. Rahm, Neiman, Hatton's having some trouble. And then you had people like Brooks and Dustin, who the whole world treated Dustin like he was John Daly this week.
I mean,
he gave him basically the same odds.
I mean, he's not going to win. So
He's got every opportunity to win.
Okay, you're right, but you're wrong. Like, we were talking about, like, can he win? I didn't really care what his number was because I wasn't betting it.
What was his
And
number?
I
think
saw
it got up to 150.
That
was bigger.
seems silly.
It was
I mean,
bigger.
Max Homa was 175.
That seems silly that DJ should be 150.
Dustin might have cleared 200 in play.
Dustin hasn't been good
I know,
in
like-
3 years.
No, since Vegas. He won the Super Bowl.
He won Vegas on live. That's his one outlier performance
Yeah,
in the last 3 years.
They're treating him like he's Mark Calcavecchia. out
That's
there.
not true. Mark Calcavecchia would be like 2,000 to 1. Other guys in the region of Dustin Johnson this week on the betting board when it opened was like Bhatia was there, Homa was there.
I wouldn't have bet it.
Justin Thomas got down to like 125 to 1.
I wouldn't have bet it. I didn't bet it.
Longer.
He's not
But
gonna
I'd
be
have-
good.
Dustin
I'd
is not any good.
I'd
Why?
have rather bet like Keegan Bradley this week. Than
Keegan
like
Bradley was
Dustin.
250 to 1.
That's what I mean.
Those
Like,
two
just
seem
thinking
like
of guys
unnecessarily
that you
long.
mentioned on the
Burmeister was
show.
like, Burmeister had longer odds than Dustin. And we know Burmeister's been way better than Dustin.
That's fair, but Dustin just brings to bear a lot of experience and skill sets.
He doesn't care about golf. He's basically Tiger.
I wouldn't say that.
He just kind of golfs sometimes. It doesn't take it seriously.
He's Tiger, but he's not on any committees.
Come on, Tyrrell. Stuff this one close.
I actually don't hate that comparison, Pat. DJ's essentially Tiger.
I mean, obviously he's not hurt, so he can like if Dustin can recapture it and get it going, sure. It's just he's played so piss poor for, like I said, 2.5 years. Like the only time he's been relevant somewhat in a major was last year's US Open. And because he made every putt. He's actually playing a bit better tee to green this week than he was that week. Then he just implodes.
I mean, I guess the point is, like, Dustin could always show up at one of these and be what Justin Rose just did. Like,
He's one of the people that can do it.
That's a great example. Like, especially at the Open, like Rose. I wouldn't even throw Horschel in that because Horschel's been a little bit better. He's won already this year. But like the older dude who could do it. But there's also like 9 of those guys or 10 of those guys in the field.
Yeah,
That you
that's
could
true.
like Rose is exactly the same.
That's true.
Like if it was Louis up there, you'd say exactly the same thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sometimes guys have good weeks. Sometimes guys don't.
We should just have this putter because he makes everything with it.
Buy it. Buy it from Bryson.
Probably
could you
3D
even buy
printed.
it? I think it's a lab shaft, isn't it?
It's probably 3D printed.
I think you should get all of your clubs the same size. I think that would fix all of your problems. Nice putt. Look at you putt just like Bryson.
Well, Bryson, you know, as like Pat, you've mentioned it in like different ways so many times. He literally took all that money he got from Live. And it's like, I'm so rich, I don't need an equipment sponsor. I'm literally going to use this money I have to like make my own fucking equipment. What a evil genius or crazy. Like, why take their money? I have so much money. Wow,
Couldn't
who
be
just
more
did that?
offline?
Is Homa in the gift shop?
He's over the
I
gift
think
shop.
he
I
went
believe.
over it.
Oh, that's good. Good lie.
Maybe out of bounds.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm very iffy on what's out of bounds here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see a lot of stakes.
It was like when we played in PEI 2 years ago, and our friend hit it into the middle of the driving range, way left. And we're like, man, that's out of bounds. He's like, no, I'm going to go play. It's like, you can't walk into the middle of the fucking driving range with people hitting balls at you at like the 150 marker and hit your fucking ball. It says that there's like, what are you doing?
Doesn't want to lose the ball.
He did not want to lose the ball. And we even told him, like, we don't care. Like, it was white stakes. Like, just take the drop up there. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to play 3 off the tee. Just take it from where it went in and we're good.
But that's my ball.
Pissed. And then, like, he ended up, because it was a team match that we were playing against him. That's why I chipped in for birdie from the bug. I made the bunker shot.
Yeah.
And it had some steam to it.
It did.
But it would have landed at like the back of the green. He's like, you guys only beat us because you made that shot. I was like, you just made a 9 on this hole.
He even said to me, he said, well, they only won because he pitched in lucky from the sand.
If I had missed that shot and 5 putted, we still would have won the hole.
It's not the way he tells it.
I'm pretty fired up with how Neiman and Rahm have played in the last little bit.
The fact that Bobby Mack is still at +7 when he could be at like +15 right now is impressive.
Or he could.
Things could have gone like his whole tournament could have really imploded a few holes ago.
Oh, see, this guy says that Bryson hits LA golf putters, or maybe it's Le Golf Putter.
La Golf?
Yeah.
Just like La Fitness, that's all around.
La Fitness.
La Fitness.
Come on, Rom. Knock this in.
Tim, you're gonna go like just drain putts at Golf Town later today?
Thinking about it.
Right after this.
Thinking about it very sincerely.
Who is
You should go off their putting mat and just go putt in an aisle.
What are you doing? I don't trust your greens.
The head guy there's a former golf pro. He plays out of our club. I was talking to him when I was in there.
Okay.
Maybe he'll sneak you out a demo or something like that. Just tell him you're Pat and Caleb's friend.
Okay. That's who sent me the link for the mini driver.
Caleb?
Yeah. No words. No hi, how are you? Just bang. Here's a link to a mini driver. It's like, you know I don't need this. Why are you sending
He's
me
also
this?
the one that told you that your driver was dead and then you bought 5 drivers since.
Yeah.
And ruined your game.
I'm aware.
All you had to say was, that sounds a bit dead. And you had a 2.5-year mental spiral.
So is the women's tournament next weekend and the gentlemen's tournament the weekend after in the Olympics? Is that how that works?
I mean, you can ask Jeff. I don't care about women's golf.
I honestly don't know. I'd assume the men will go first, though.
We got odds for it.
If they've already dragged the men halfway overseas, they'll probably make them go first. Sorry, I don't mean
No.
dragged. If they're already there I bet
The
you they're
3M
first.
is next week, and then it's the week after. It's not competing against any PGA tournament.
No, all the tours go silent that week.
It's funny. I haven't both iterations of the Olympic golf. The last one was just in Japan was just too tough to watch.
It was.
But even the one that Rose beat Stenson at, it's
Also,
no one there cares.
no, but now this is a course you've seen before and you know a little bit about.
True.
And so it may be a little more engaging for you, like Riviera will be in Los Angeles.
Maybe.
But in they get crazy. They're talking
About a
doing
mixed
like mixed
doubles.
doing
Mixed doubles, yeah.
or
I think it's
something.
great. Great idea.
How about a long drive competition?
But
They have fucking 3-on-3 basketball.
Yeah, no, they do like
Dunk. They put the dunk contest in the fucking.
no,
And then we get. You know what? If you put the dunk contest in the Olympics, you'd get fucking LeBron in it.
I want fewer judged events in the Olympics.
But you strike me as the person who loves judged events.
The traditional ones.
You
yes.
love it. Yeah, well, what's the fuck's the difference? They're all
don't you
rigged.
love a good judging
Figure
Well,
skating,
controversy?
I don't think
gymnastics.
the gymnastics are rigged.
Don't you love a good judging controversy? Isn't that what makes the Olympics?
I would prefer
Yeah.
a nice
Here's the thing.
normal Olympics.
No, the judging controversies are the best thing about the Olympics. Is 99% of the sports in the Olympics are fucking terrible to watch.
Oh, it's all fun. It's all fun. Like the first week is the swimming, and the swimming is amazing. And then
Swimming is not amazing. It's the same thing every
it's
goddamn
really
time.
exciting.
It kind of feels so redundant. To Pat's point, it would be like if golf did, okay, now we're having a 7-iron contest.
No, it's like
now
like
it's a
when they go-
5-iron contest.
It's no different than when you and I tuned in, Jeff, last week to the Barbasol or whatever it's called playoff, and they just played 18 like 8 holes in a row. It's like, all right, like Give us another hole.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
It's just over and over and over the same thing. That's why I find the Olympics are. It's like, oh, here's this thing that's 30 seconds. Well, now here's this exact same thing, but it's 41 seconds. Like, great.
I think you're being a little harsh. Like
The Olympics suck.
These are different disciplines.
The Olympics suck. You a big fan of judo, are you?
No, I don't.
No one in their right
No.
mind would watch any of these fucking sports in a
Some
week.
of them are fun.
No,
Like
they've got like
handball.
surfing,
Handball's not
and
fun.
beach volleyball.
If any of these
There's
sports were
some
fun, people would actually pay to go watch it.
I love
and it would be on TV.
I love the weightlifting. That's great to watch.
You say the same thing about Live, and you don't fucking watch Live.
I love the weightlifting. I like the pole vaulting. Like all the field events in track and field are fun. Like the pole vaulting and the hammer throw and the shot put. Plus, as the average person, you can imagine yourself how you would do in those sorts of events.
You
Canada.
excited for
We are
breakdancing?
No,
Why? What's the difference?
I don't like any
You're
new.
excited for fucking handball. You
I
don't even know
don't-
the rules of handball.
I don't like new sports going to the Olympics as a rule. I don't like the white water rafting, kayaking stuff that they create in the artificial pool or whatever. I don't care for that.
What's the difference? They're all shitty sports. Who
Well,
cares?
some are fun.
They aren't. Breakdancing sounds like it could be fun. They should put fucking roller jam in the Olympics.
Or-
stop the fucking jam clock.
I've been seeing a lot of ads for American Ninja Warrior.
Well, they can't put that in because it's rigged.
You claim it's
Well,
rigged.
it's a TV show. It's rigged.
They could have it at the Olympics where it wasn't rigged.
They can't because it's rigged.
But you could do it not rigged.
No, you couldn't.
Yes, you could.
No, you couldn't.
You could do it not rigged. You could just do it legit.
Well, you couldn't do it legit.
Why not?
Then the people couldn't be able to do it.
Yes, they could. Yes, they could.
That's how it's rigged.
You could tone it down to what level you think people could do. Like parkour could be in the Olympics.
You want parkour but not breakdancing?
Hold on.
I don't want
breakdancing
any
is in
new
the
sport.
Olympics.
I don't really want any new sports in the Olympics, to be frank. I only want the things that I'm used to seeing. Like the diving is really neat.
But would you watch like ballroom dancing?
I mean, if it's on, Jeff, I'm watching whatever NBC shows me or CBC
No, but,
shows
but, but
me.
in Canada, between like all the channels, we actually they show.
Yeah,
a lot
I'll
of
watch it.
events.
Literally, I am such a fan that I'll watch anything they put on. I don't care.
So it's like Andy Petrillo season for you, right?
Like whatever sport they put on, I'm watching. Why not? Like for these people, this is like the zenith of their sporting career. And I owe them at least enough respect to say, I'm going to spend a couple of minutes and watch.
the indoor
do what
cycling seems kind of stupid, no?
I don't understand where it came from or how people get into it.
Yeah, like how do you like? I'm gonna be an indoor biker.
Like if Lily told you after summer camp, I want to be go to a velodrome to do indoor biking. How would you react to that?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'd be like, let's just bike outdoors.
Yeah, like how does a person get into that? But
And what other
nonetheless,
discipline of sport are you good at where someone's like, you should transfer to do this? Like
I
I
also
see.
don't quite understand how the velodrome biking works because they go in different directions or whatever, or the same direction at different spots, and it's timed, I think. But it's not like a straight race the way like short track speed skating is.
No, it kind of looks like roller derby track.
Yeah, like that's like I find it tough to watch because it's hard for me to figure out exactly who's where. But nonetheless, like goodness knows how many hours of their life they commit to it. It's what I can do as a sports. I'm going to give you 25 to 30 seconds of my attention.
Is it just the wind that makes this like? Why is this course so goddamn hard? It's 150 years old.
Wind's a huge factor. Those bunkers are desperate. And when you get out of position off the tee,
So why can't
can't
we
just-
make courses hard in North America?
we can, but people don't want those types of courses.
I
There's
agree.
not an appetite.
I
for it.
agree. I agree.
That's why. I mean, like when you get out of
Like
position,
truth be
here,
told, like you're a 15 handicap. Like why do you want to play? Like I don't want.
no
to play
one
hard
like
course.
that's why there's all that criticism of Chambers Bay when they created that, right? It was that nobody wants to come on a course that's 8,000 yards long and is impossible. Like that, who's this for? That's why people don't. I mean, we want that.
I
as
will say I
fans.
played with my younger cousin Tim, and like I could have just used my tee boxes, but I'm like, you know what? We're just playing. I'm lazy. Like I'm gonna tee up with you all day, and I had a blast.
Oh, you played the forward tees?
Yeah, I just had a blast. Like I
Yeah.
felt like a pro getting to hit like 9 irons and wedges into greens and shit. Like it was
It
like-
sounds like a lot of fun, like doing that is a different way to see the golf course. I got no problem with that.
Yeah,
Honestly,
no, I don't
courses should encourage that more, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, it definitely gives a totally new, like, oh, they finally going to show Neiman miss or what?
Well, he is like 60 feet away.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, what maybe he makes this bomb. They're showing it.
No, he didn't, but he nearly did.
Great tap-in, stress-free. I would buy that Torquay hat, by the way.
It's a nice looking hat, isn't it?
I would. I've looked a few times. The Torquay hats that I like are always sold out.
So I was telling Pat, I was at the Nespresso store 3 weeks ago, getting coffee, and someone walked in with a High Flyers hat.
Shut up.
I swear. It was the old High Flyers logo too. So the one from like a year and a half or 2 years ago.
Did you say something to the guy?
No, I was so shocked. I couldn't believe it. I was like, here it is out in the
But
wild.
if you're out in public in a High Flyers hat, do you know how, like,
People, you want someone to come up.
yeah, like in your heart of hearts, you're like, I'd love for someone to mention my High Flyers hat.
This is the equivalent of the people who dress up as the obscure character at Comic-Con and want you to come up to say, oh, you're that Klingon in episode 6 of Next Generation.
Very few people go to Comic-Con dressed up as like obscure Star Trek characters.
No, but
They go to Star Trek conventions and do that,
that's fair.
which is the whole point of the Star Trek convention.
Who just
would
hit
dress-
that last shot on 18? They just showed
The
us.
cut just moved to +6, by the way. It was at +5. Now it's at plus T70 is +6.
Jeff and I were discussing how is it that people get into the indoor cycling on the velodrome? Where does that come from?
I think it
Like,
depends
what
on where you
sport
live.
are you good at where someone comes up to you and you're like, oh, you're just not good enough in this, but like
You
you're
should do indoor
perfect.
cycling on wood.
No, I mean a lot of it's the same reason that like Canada's okay at the Winter Olympics. We have a lot of snow, so we can actually do these sports here. But like think about moguls or biathlon within Canada. Every single athlete's from Quebec. Every single one of them.
Just about, yeah.
Like there
Yeah,
is like no one
usually.
from Nova Scotia can do it because we don't have a velodrome here.
No, same as Ontario or
Yeah, but
The
I
prairies.
bet you will see more velodrome athletes in Vancouver and Calgary from Canada because the Olympics were there, so there is a velodrome there.
So
if
is
you
like
have access to these
Scandinavia
things, you might
good
try
at
it out and like it.
velodrome? Like, where are the best velodromers from in the world? Like,
I honestly don't know.
Probably
I assume
Holland.
Norway?
Yeah, no, I would guess it's like Central Europe.
yeah, like Munich and Berlin where they've had the Olympics.
Oh
So,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, London,
Berlin.
where they've
They
got
probably
stuff.
crush that shit. Yeah, that's coming back to me now. You're
yeah, or
right.
Beijing, right? Not Athens because they let those places fall apart after the Olympics.
I assume
But,
South
like,
Africa. No,
And
That was
maybe
the World
it's
Cup.
just because we're Canadian, but velodrome feels way weirder than like speed skating.
I agree.
it's not.
but it does seem strange.
Yeah, no, I said it's probably because I'm Canadian and speed skating's like a far more normal thing. Just
Like I
go
said, it's
outside.
hard to watch too.
I like short track speed skating.
I agree.
used to-
I
when we
love
were
short track
younger,
speed
we
skating.
but
had-
I like it for the same way that people seem to like NASCAR.
For the crashes.
yeah, just like people running into each
Yeah,
other.
no, it's fun. It's a great. It's always on the last Saturday night of the Winter Olympics is always the short track speed skating final stuff. Like they really want to go up with a bang.
Canada, when we were younger, had one of like the good velodromers, and he had great hair and would do like hair commercials.
Yes, Kurt,
Henning or something? No, that's
yeah,
Hey, Mr. Perfect.
Kurt.
And he was from Minnesota.
and we had Clara Hughes, who was a velodromist as well.
And she was on those fucking posters.
Well, she was both a short track speed skater, I think short track, maybe long track, and we don't have a lot
Let
of
me ask
double.
you, Tim,
Didn't
because you
Apollo
said you'll
Ono
just
do
watch what
both Olympics.
Apollo Ono might have.
Tim, you said you just like watching whatever's on. So
Yes.
is there anything that's actually appointment viewing for you? Like the 100-meter final? other than
that stuff, 100%. The 100-meter
well,
final.
other than that, like what's your appointment viewing? Equestrian?
I do like the dressage. Yeah, I like the dancing horses. No, I mean, in terms of the appointment, I love to watch the end of the marathon. I love to watch the swimming, the 100-meter, 200-meter.
So you like, I mean, listen, I get that you like to watch these things. All the things that you like to watch the end of the marathon. You like to watch events that last 30 seconds. Like, yeah, okay, I can spend 30. You can watch that on TikTok after. You don't need to tune into it.
But that's no different than someone likes to watch the final 3 minutes of a basketball game. Or
I completely agree. You
last
know what?
2
Those
holes
people
of
don't
golf.
like basketball. They like the end of the result.
Yeah.
And the majority of the sports, especially like the track and field stuff, just goes on for fucking ever.
It does.
It's just people running on a track.
It does.
It looks like they're
Like the
jogging, but they're
10,000
going
meter.
really, really fast.
Yeah, like the 10,000 meter race is a
I always like the triathlon highlights when they're changing over from events.
I'm with you.
Right.
I like highlights of this stuff too. I don't like to watch it.
But the stuff that is short and quick, like the 100-meter swim or the 100-meter dash or, the high jump. Like the high jump final is excellent. That's it takes 45 minutes, but it's lots of action and it's really cool.
Hey, there's Neiman.
Both
Yeah,
he
they
and
showed
Rob have
him-
gotten to level.
They showed him make par on 16.
This guy says his favorite Olympic sport is the indoor golf tournament.
Fun.
I bet you simulator golf will be Olympics one.
Funny guy.
Oh, wait till pickleball gets in the Olympics.
Pickleball could be in the
settle
Olympics.
down.
A chance for senior citizens to compete.
Unless young people started playing it.
People of all ages.
I don't
Wait,
think
you don't think?
I don't think the 65. I don't think Bernhard Langer and his no
if
Achilles would be doing so
pickleball
hot.
was an Olympic sport, you don't think there'd be these like 24-year-old like
Yeah.
hawks on the pickleball court?
You know what is great when it's on? It's not on very much in the coverage because it's not competitive. Is the table tennis. The same two countries are in the finals every time. But if you watch the Olympic table tennis, if the odd time they actually put it on, it is like mesmerizing how good these guys are.
I would say the same thing about badminton. It's just it's the
I
same thing
agree.
every time is the problem.
I could get sucked into like a bit of table tennis watching those guys do that.
It's just otherworldly how good they are.
I mean, I would say that most of the people in the Olympics are otherworldly. At
But
whatever
sometimes the skills are not as obvious, even though you're
No,
absolutely
because
right.
table tennis, like Tim, when it's something that like he can do and participate
Yes.
in, Pat, it changes the outer world.
100%.
You know what? That's fair.
If it's something that I can do and then someone can do much, much better,
Oh,
that impresses me.
To get back to the cut line, Bobby.
Dead in the middle.
Oh yeah. I
Good for him. Good for him.
mean, this
Wait.
cut could flip back to like.
I like the guy who's just sitting down with the paddle, who's working for the tournament. He's just having a seat going, yeah.
With 16 and 18 playing pretty easy, they could go back to +5. But there's just so many guys above right now with harder holes to play.
Do you love the opening ceremonies?
Love them. Absolutely love them. Probably my favorite part of the games.
Yeah,
Like,
this guy.
can you remember them? If I asked you to like rank your favorite ones, like you,
I can remember parts of all of them and some far more distinctly than others.
So this guy says that pro pickleball is already a thing, and all of the guys are young.
Oh, it's true. As some pro athletes have
Eugenie
like bought,
Bouchard transitioned from tennis to pickleball.
I actually did see like Mahomes, some pro athletes like bought franchises or something.
Why couldn't UFC be in the Olympics?
It's
Honestly,
a
I
great
don't
question. I have no idea why.
Or
why
slap
isn't it?
fighting?
know. Slap fight? Power slap?
Yeah, power slap.
Tim,
But, like,
did you
I don't
watch-
know why UFC couldn't be.
I think it's
You
'cause they
watch
take
Dana White's
all-
speech?
I think it's because
Yeah.
they take all the disciplines of.
The judo and the
Yeah,
jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, but
Wrestling.
why couldn't it be some freestyle? Like you can call that freestyle.
Well, I guess here would be the thing. Like, how often do guys fight in the UFC? Like once a year, twice a year? Some guys
You're
fight
right, you can't
three,
burn a
maybe.
fight
Like the
for
most
free.
aggressive guy fights 4 times a year.
You're right.
That's
You
not
can't burn a
because like
fight.
they don't want to fight. It's because
They
they
can't.
can't fight.
So they couldn't have like an old school like UFC 1 last man standing tournament.
I suppose they could.
but
No,
no,
I
it wouldn't be
agree.
good.
You don't want if you've
I
only
agree,
got 3
yeah.
fights, 3 chances to get paid in the year from Dana. You're not like burning one for free.
No, I
Yeah.
understand
And
that.
it's just like the boxing. Like you're wearing helmets and
Yeah, it's a very different-
Not that guys don't get hurt doing it, but it's not.
It's not the same type of boxing. No, it's not.
It's like
do you
why isn't
really
bare knuckle
think-
boxing in the Olympics?
In the end, friends, do you really think it's going to be NFLers playing flag football?
I
Like,
do.
I do
Really?
actually.
I think it's the only reason it's there.
I do until the first time somebody tears an ACL.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then
I
it won't
hope-
be.
I hope whatever Charger would be good enough to make that team just needs some like knee cleanup that he can't play.
Well, the biggest difference, I think, if I was the NFL, I would pull an NHL and tell the guys that they can't go because I don't think it really benefits the NFL in any way. Whereas it was the exact opposite of hockey, where the best product that hockey puts on
Yeah.
was Olympic hockey, and it was the
Agreed.
only thing that was like truly popular. Like the NHL is not popular.
I would think that this flag football is in the Olympics because the NFL
Wants
basically
international.
wants the IOC to have it so that there's an international flavor to it.
Sure, but I just don't think that
And if you don't have the NFL guys there, no one's going to
But
watch
like,
it.
so, but does America get 3 different teams?
That I don't know. And it just feels like the NFL is so Americanized. Like it's such an American thing. And it's popular in Germany.
Well, people were really watching that under 20 tournament. I kept getting updates over and over about that football tournament.
No one
Yeah,
watched that.
I think it was just
people-
People
memeing
tweeted
that.
about it because America didn't win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was
They were
just
like,
more
how
of
did
a
this
meme
happen?
than updates, Tim. I mean,
Okay, I was getting a lot of updates about this tournament. I was like,
Yeah, in our
how
group
is it
chat
a thing?
from one guy.
okay, I don't know who it was coming from, but I was getting like lots of updates. I was like, really? This is the thing?
I don't know. Some guy left rugby to be a Chief, and he's going to be awesome. I just know it. That rugby player the Chiefs signed is going to like.
I mean,
be
I'm pretty
amazing.
unfamiliar with professional rugby. Like, what do the top guys get paid in professional rugby?
Not a clue, but I
I
bet
don't-
you in
Like,
Australia,
is it shockingly a lot or shockingly a little?
I don't know.
I would think in Australia they probably make like would it compare to like what a top NHLer makes? Is that what you're
Man,
asking? Like
Connor
I have
McDavid makes like 14
Probably what
mil
like
a year.
I would think like what a CFLer makes.
no way.
I would guess. I mean, I don't know. I would be with. I think it's more than the CFL, but I would say
Yeah.
that it's like on par with the WNBA.
Yeah, I would
The
agree.
best player in the CFL makes like $1 million American, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
Or
Like the
maybe a bit more
quarterbacks
for a
make $1
quarterback.
million US, probably $1 million and change.
I mean, this is a very easy Google search. How much
I know.
does the
Who's the
highest
highest paid player in the
paid
CFL?
rugby player make? The top 20 highest paid rugby players in the world. There we go. This should answer it.
I don't know any of their names.
No, neither do I. Number 1, Owen Farrell was. This is from Front Office Sports, so maybe this is wrong. He plays fly half for Racing 92 in the top 14 rugby league. He gets paid $1.002 million a year.
Just
That
went
camera's
to
probably
Peru.
not where they mean to be.
Why'd they just go to Tarico and Faxon in the dark?
Darkness spreading.
I'm trying to see what he's got. Has he got a DC there?
You need to know now, don't
No,
you?
it's like canned water, Tim. They have waters in cans.
Okay.
Yeah, it does seem. I mean, I don't know what currency this is.
Where's he from?
I believe I don't know where top 14 rugby league. I assume it's either
England or Australia or
Yes.
South Africa?
probably not South Africa.
John Rahm's gonna win this one.
Oh,
Well, that's
my
the berm
God.
that Tiger drove it into.
Don't.
So did he.
oh, it's in. Johnny boy.
What?
Yeah, same thing. Tiger took an iron off that T2 and put it in the drink.
No.
I presume it went all the way down.
Are
How much
you
was that guy
kidding
making?
me? Oh, fuck that.
Now that shot you saw. You didn't say how much money that guy was making.
$1 million.
Oh, $1 million. Okay, so yeah, it's like in line with the CFL then. Okay.
I don't understand.
I like this guy. This guy said Google should have one day every year where they turn off the ability to search anything.
They should.
And people just argue about things and not know the answer.
And also people would value Google that much more, wouldn't they?
Well, you don't even use it anyway.
No, well,
You just make up what you think the answer is and say it as
it
fact.
would be great if there was one day where like Google and Wikipedia were unavailable.
Wheels really came off here for Hatton, didn't it?
Wow.
You can
Yelling,
tell by how
yelling.
animated he's getting. Is this your guy, MK Ultra?
I don't know who that is.
I don't recognize this guy, and they're showing him, so I assume he's that guy who's in 10th place. Yeah. Fake Michael Kim. Is this really nice? Or no, yeah, it's a great shot. It's gonna be for birdie?
Wonder if he's an Olympian.
I very much doubt it. That he's ahead of Siwoo, Sung Jae, Tom Kim in the world rankings.
Or even SH
Or Ben An.
or Ben Ann.
Some guy kept tweeting me, Jeff, because I said on the show that Ben Ann's just a much better player than Davis Thompson. And he was like furious. He's like, Davis Thompson is one on tour. Like, that's not a good argument considering some of the guys that have won. Like, would you say that Peter Malnati, a 2-time winner on tour, is better than Ben An?
It's also like Ben Ann's second place are probably more valuable than winning the John Deere in terms of like contextualizing how good they are versus the rest of the world.
Yeah, and that wasn't to besmirch Davis Thompson.
Yeah.
I just think Ben Ann's good.
Yeah, I mean, Davis Thompson's probably going to win a lot more than Ben Ann, but hard to disagree. I can't believe he hit it in the water.
I mean, technically, they both have I mean, Ben Ann's won on Corn Ferry, but Ben Ann also won at Wentworth in a giant European tournament, albeit ages ago.
Is that the UK Masters?
That's the UK players, basically.
UK players.
It's the BMW PGA Championship at Wentworth. Billy Horschel won it.
I didn't realize that Brooks grew up playing Challenge Tour golf.
When he left Florida State, that's where he went instead of to qualify for Canadian Tour.
Like I would presume he'd be really good at links golf because of it.
I think he was just so much better than everyone over there. Like if you think about how good Brooks is now and just randomly place him on the Challenge Tour.
He should eat those people for lunch.
No different than when Matt Wallace cleaned up on the Challenge Tour.
Or the Outlaw Tour.
The guys who won the Pauls are still kicking around. You were arguing for one of them to be on the Ryder Cup team last year.
Yannick Paul. Because he kept winning.
Was Jaeger? No, he was Corn Ferry.
There should be one spot designated as a DP spot on the Ryder Cup.
I disagree.
Your top DP player is an automatic qualifier.
Disagree, because most of these guys are DP players.
Well, then great. Then he takes that spot.
So Rory takes it.
Okay. But there should be one dedicated spot to a DP player.
You need to hold a DP World Tour card in order to be on the European team. That's why Paul Casey wasn't on it all those years. Then he finally went and did it.
I did not know that.
That's why Patrick Reed plays for Team Europe now. Lifetime exemption, the DP World Tour.
I miss not having him at a major. So we can complain about not seeing his shots. How many bets have you made, Jeff, in the last hour?
None. That's one thing. Like no one who to bet.
I don't know if this is true or not, but Nick in the chat says that Hatton carried his own bag down 12 because the shot was so bad. He said he didn't deserve to have a caddy.
That is so good and
That is the
believable, and it probably did happen.
It's really funny that when anyone, commentators, other players, whatever it might be, they all love Tyrrell Hatton.
He does seem like a very likable guy. Like
Even playing with him, they're like, it doesn't really bum me out. He's just in his own little world being upset the whole time.
yeah, like I think he would actually be kind of like fun to play with.
I really love Lowry's post interview because people were ragging on him during the round because when he hit the ball out of bounds, he blamed the cameraman.
Yeah.
And then during the interview, he's like, here's where I hit my shot. He's like, it was such a bad shot. I had to blame someone.
Yeah, the whole lot of them seem like pretty good guys.
Well, when they all stuck around to cheer on Tommy versus Nick Taylor, that was a really fun moment from last year. It really added to that moment.
Like being tackled on the green?
No, but you had it showed them. They were all on at Jeff's course, all on 18. I think it was Rory. I don't know if Rory stuck around, but it was Hatton was there, Lowry was there, Rose and Fitz were there.
That's why me and Rose had our moment. That's where I came full circle on the guy who gave me a little handshake and a wink, and it was just like, how could anyone not love this guy?
Jeff is Trump, by the way.
Jeff
say anything nice to him, and he's in your corner forever.
Jeff is a very cheap date. It did not take much for Jeff to be on your side.
No, Rose really, the way Rose carries himself is truly, yeah.
You had all those guys there cheering on Tommy, but then you had Hadwin and Weir and all the notable Canadians sitting right next to them. It was fun.
Yeah. It was a great tournament. It was so great. How could it ever go back to Oakdale again? Because they could never match how good that was.
Nice. I don't know that it's public, Tim, but we've officially
he's got a shot to birdie 18 here and get to 100.
If it's public, what? Sorry, Jeff.
We've officially
rejected it. Well, I just assumed
it's
TPC Toronto was just going to host it ad infinitum.
That's probably a bit of a case.
What's the only course that seems to want it?
Did Oakdale flood it all there last week, Jeff?
Yeah, it was pretty bad. The ladies member guest got the worst of it. I
thought Glen Abbey was underwater.
No, that was Angus Glen, wasn't it?
I thought it was Glen Abbey, but I could be wrong.
Glen Abbey's
we got way too much water too quickly.
Because I saw someone said Glen Abbey is underwater. Now maybe that was.
Now isn't Angus Glen at the very top of the DVP, Jeff?
You know what's sad is I kind of mix them up, and I've been to both for the Canadian Open, and I've played both, and I still kind of mix up which one is which.
Well, the one in
Glen
Oakville was
Abbey
Glen
is
Abbey.
in Oakville.
Yeah, so that was probably fine.
Okay.
Rom should have pulled a Bobby Mack, just hit driver.
Yeah,
Well,
why didn't he hit driver?
a lot of people hit iron here today, though.
I know, they all ended up in the fucking burn because you can hit driver and go over it. Not with the way that McIntyre and Fleetwood are playing.
Well, it's so downwind. Maybe he thought he was being safe. And
What would you say if it was? I would wager that's probably in your. If it was downwind, why wouldn't you hit driver? You know,
Now
you're
he's
clearing
got
it,
like
and it's
a
par 5.
200. Now he's got like a 260-yard par 3.
That's okay. Even if he misses the green here, I mean, Rom's good enough around the greens to get it up and down. He's gonna have to play a little slice into that little pocket there, get it to run up.
if he's touching any part of the green here, is great. Ride the wind.
Oh yeah, with the wind behind him, that's shocking he didn't hit driver.
A lot of guys today haven't, though.
I get that. You know, a lot of guys have been clearing it today
I think
with the driver.
I think they are thinking that it's so downwind you can't hold the ball that you're better off with a 60-yard third shot coming in than trying to take a run at it.
But it
All
doesn't
right.
seem like these guys are even taking a run at it. They're clearing it with ease. You think someone would have told them, be like, hey, this has happened.
Free your lift. He should carry his bag down the course.
Oh, Shannon asks, is there a golfer named Nacho Elvira still playing? He is not currently still playing. He's in the clubhouse at +6, I think. Well, this is a big win for Tom and Sky on DP earlier this year.
Was it?
Nacho getting the win. I think that's how we got into this tournament.
MK Kim could just show up and just ruin your dream matchups here, Jeff.
What are my dream matchups?
Like he shows up at -2 or -3 and like messes up who plays with who.
Got to feel like this is the worst or really good if they're cutting back to Rory now. He's been off TV for a bit.
Is there like a
In? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
there he gets it. There you go, Pat.
I do like that Rory's not super sad sack when he plays poorly.
Yeah.
He's just like, this sucks.
It's true. Well,
It's funny.
No,
It's
I'll be
horrible.
honest, Tim. There isn't exactly like a Sunday pairing that I've identified. Although you could probably come pretty close to figuring out the last 10 groups because there's not many players on the course who could probably flirt with change up what's going to happen.
Oh, how would you play that shot?
backwards.
Really? You wouldn't try to hit it out?
Yeah, I probably would the first time.
Would you clip it? Would you try to clip that?
He would
though,
try to.
Tim?
He would try to pick it.
Well, you can't pick that one. Like you it would just lodge in the.
Yeah,
in the
you
grass.
can't pick that.
I would try to hit behind the ball and swing as hard as I could.
Don't get me
Right.
wrong. I've had my fair share of attempts at picking it when I feel like.
Otherwise, you turn around, you take your putter out, and you putt it out of the sand trap.
Oh,
That's the only other play you have.
by the way, I found out playing with this like 70-year-old man the other day, you can putt out of the bunker behind 7, like effectively.
I mean, I would rather take my run at that than try to hit a sand shot. 'Cause you can't get it to stop.
Yeah, but you would. I never even considered that you. Could
I
putt it.
love
Yeah, it
when the
doesn't have
old
much of a
man
lip.
at the-
But
when
it-
the
it
old
does.
man at the
There's like a
club
whole
point out-
ramp up. If the pin is on the left side of the green where
Like
it normally
far
is,
down, yeah.
you can just. And it's a terrible bunker
Look,
shot.
he's screaming at the ball. Hasn't stopped yet.
He's working through it. I get it.
He's not. He's gonna crash
Yeah, but
out.
he's on
here.
the cut line.
Yeah, he's gonna crash out of the tournament.
Well, it's pretty steadily like T67 is +6 now, so it's gonna be +6.
Yeah, but he may not.
Yeah, he's at +6. I
Yeah,
get that.
he may not finish at +6.
So who is still a chance? Bezadenhout could still make the cut. Lord Farquhar, who we saw earlier on the par 3 stream, he's in there. Now Stenson's done. Those are the only 2 guys at 7 still on the course. Bezadenhout and Fickhard. I assume he's German.
Yeah, probably.
South African, isn't he? Darren.
Is he? I have no idea.
Darren.
Let's see.
I thought Christo Lamprecht was going to be in this tournament.
He's playing on Corn Ferry.
That explains it.
This guy is South African. Darren Fickhart. And guys still on the course at +6. Guido, Catlin. Oh no, Nacho's not done. He's just at +6 on the 11th hole. So I was wrong about that. Kawamora's still out there. Keegs, Hatton, McIntyre, English are all at +6. My to make the cut parlay went down in flames when
Cameron Smith blew up.
no, I mean that was one of them, but he wasn't on the other one. The other one was super live. And Thigala is currently +9 today through 14 holes. A solid 15 over for the tournament. He's challenging Wyndham Clark.
Really don't understand why Rom laid the fuck up with the wind.
Nice rebound by anyone who backed Aaron Rye, by the way. He was 4 over through 8 holes. And then he was
I saw him just making like a bunch of pars after
he
that.
was 1 under from 9 on.
Good for him. We finished 5 under, 4 over.
He's 5 over. But he was like, he was outside of the cut line at one point. Played himself back in.
Darren Clark made the cut too.
Yeah.
I would not have guessed that.
Team Sig this week. I wonder what the smoker percentage of making the cut was here. I know of 2, and they both made the cut. I guess JD didn't. He withdrew.
Neiman's got a 30-footer for birdie on the last to get in at an even.
So they're
par.
showing Neiman shots like 10 hours after they happened. Because they haven't even showed his putt on 17 yet, which he did make.
Which he did, yeah. He did make that, and he's got 30 feet for birdie to just have what would have to be considered an absolutely lovely even par round.
Bryson
After making a quintuple bogey? Absolutely.
probably has to make eagle here.
That's looking left. I think he can carry it.
I think he can.
Get a good bounce.
He
We
did-
got the good bounce.
Yeah, just gonna sneak into the
If
fair.
he was in that short rough. Cared.
Fine, but like he gets the great.
How
ball.
close is he to that hole? Like Rom was what? Rom hit into the burn. He was what?
250 or something,
Was it 250?
something like that.
Right, here's Neiman's putt live.
Great if he were to knock this in.
Neiman?
That's gonna miss low.
Tough putt.
It is. Good par. He played out. He rebounded phenomenally after taking that 8.
See, the El Torque,
Yes.
it looks like an
Like an
XFL.
AT&T logo or something.
Yeah, well, it just looks like an Arena League football
Yeah,
logo.
it's not good. It needs work.
And that's what
Bryson's-
most of the live, I find with most of the live logos.
Yeah, I
Bryson's
agree.
probably got like 170. Right? Let's see.
170? Is that what
Would
he
be
got?
my guess. That's a guess.
170 downwind sandwich.
If that. Putter?
You know what?
He's an
Maybe
8,
even
right?
he might have less than that.
I wonder what it's named.
He has 214 in.
Okay.
346 drive. It didn't seem like he clipped it great.
No.
Then Tom Kim's provisional.
Yeah. Is Tom Kim inside the cut line?
No. He's
Feels
like
he
10
was playing
over.
very poorly.
This looks like a pretty difficult chip.
Just get this close, John.
Told you, if he can get it close, he has a good
Get out of
shot.
here with a par. I mean, yeah, you feel like you're kind of giving a stroke away, but you're not.
I don't think anyone who makes par at any of these holes feels like they're giving it away.
I guess. This one downhill, it's probably got to be playing the easiest on the course, though, I'd imagine. Downhill or downwind par 5.
Let's see. It is the 18th hardest, so you are correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other par 5s have seemed a bit trickier.
Seems like there's way more, like, even though the burn is on this one, it's a nice shot.
That's beautifully judged.
Holy shit, this guy.
Even though the burn is on this one, as Rom just showed you, that the other one seemed has like quad potential.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, this one you can, like Bobby Mack's got a 30-foot eagle putt, and we've seen a few of those today. So it's obviously led to some nice scores.
That looks like
Oh, Terrell.
he's not even calling it left. He's trying to break his driver.
Oh, yeah, he tried there. He did. He thought about it a second time, but
I thought he was going to step on the neck
yeah,
of it.
he
He's
was
gonna
ready
net
to
it.
step on the net.
Probably didn't because he needs it for 16.
I mean, he could just play an iron like John Rahm and hit into the burn.
You could do that too. This is becoming almost a full eject.
But he's only like 4 over for the day, which is the scoring average, probably.
Yeah, that's true.
Wonder what someone asked what the 6 of 6 percentage is on drive.
I like that he's continuing to walk with that driver in his hand, so he
He's
doesn't want to give it back.
going to hit driver out of there. This would be a big rally to make the. He's inside the cut now, but this would.
It would be. He looked like he was completely dead and buried.
Yeah, he'll be 3 under on the back with a birdie.
Get it up there. Nice roll.
Yeah.
Bobby Mack's round is kind of like how Pat
Demons.
played last week.
Oh, how I played.
Yeah,
One or
Yeah.
two complete disaster holes. Other than that, great.
Well,
Yeah, first
I
3
shot.
or 4
I shot
holes.
88 with Jeff, and I was 7 over through 3 holes.
Yeah, that's tough.
And I really didn't hit a good shot until 8. And from 8 on, I was fine. I even got super unlucky on 10. Probably the most unlucky shot I've ever hit. I hit the pin.
That
Oh
sucks.
yeah, that's
I
right.
I birdied 9. I hit the pin on 10, and it would have stopped next to the hole. Instead, it spun back.
Yeah, it
50
spun
yards
back
off the green.
50 yeah,
It's like
off
Tiger at the
green.
Masters.
And then very much so, because it was all downhill and just funneled off.
That's
And that
bad.
hole,
And then I birdied
that,
the next hole.
that hole was what you played as 10 was the first hole at the Canadian Open, and a lot of guys did have a little trouble with that blind shot. But yeah, you'd have had like a 5-footer if it didn't hit the pin, or a 2-footer maybe.
How long did it take for them to recover the hole that you guys used as a driving range at the Canadian Open?
Probably pretty
feel like
long
they
time.
would've-
Yeah, you're right. We
They
didn't play
would've
that hole
ripped-
last week.
That hole looked
Yeah.
ripped apart.
But it's just that one area, and no one really lands their ball there.
Okay.
It was almost like parallel to the ladies' tee.
Okay.
So that's not really a landing zone for anyone. But yeah, that area was under repair for a while. You're right.
Knock this in.
Nope.
Ugh. He deserves that. You get out of a position like that off the tee, you do deserve to drop a stroke.
He's just addicted to hitting his irons.
Let's just not make another one.
How long is this putt?
3 feet.
Is it even that?
Whose putt?
For
Bobby's?
Fitzpatrick for Bobby to be doing that.
2.5.
You do it and don't even know how to do it. You were doing aim point behind the fucking ball. You realize that's not how that works.
It
Right?
works in many different ways.
Does it? Standing behind the ball and
It can
going like this, and that's all you do, and then checking your feet
Yeah.
where the ball's not going to be is how you read the putt?
That was part of it.
Sounds like a very good strategy.
It's actually pretty funny, Pat. Looking at the odds board, there's no one from 50 to 175.
Oh no. He has the epilepsy scorecard. Bobbert.
This early in the tournament, that's pretty wild.
He's having fun.
Pat,
Yeah, there's no one at 50. Well,
the 365 betting odds, Neiman's at 45, and then the next guy on the board is Matthew Jordan at 175.
who's at even par, by the way, and came top 10 at the Open last year. That might be a nice top 10 bet.
You
Where's he
could
at
bet
here?
him.
What's
No, I
what?
only see top 5.
Let's see. Top 10. Top 10 right now for Matthew Jordan. It's plus 360.
How are you
I'm going to
saying?
give a bet right now.
Top 10, Jeff? Top 10?
No, but I guess I could be at the point where you could almost be calling this a martingale for me.
Well, you
I-
won your Yost Loughton bet, the $5 million to win $3. So that congratulations.
Thank you. It was actually 241.
Oh,
So,
241, $2.41.
Yeah, I told Jeff Benson over at Circa to just give Pizzola the quarters when he shows up at Bet Bash for me. Just hand
And
my
Honestly,
quarters.
Jeff, your process was solid.
Yeah, it was. He didn't even make the weekend. Couldn't even. That's what do you have to play? 8 par threes. I'm betting the Edmonton Eskimos tonight.
Not
They're
their
wi-
name.
Oh shoot! You're
Not even a
right.
real team.
Not even doing the football show, and Jeff still can't stop using the wrong Native American former names of football teams.
You're right. Why? I can't keep up. Oh God. They haven't won a
around the
game.
horn
yet.
and then on?
Roll down towards the hole. It is too, isn't it? Oh,
No,
that's
it's gonna
really-
stop.
They're winless, and I bet them last week.
My ball did that on 16 yesterday.
Just went around the
It went
circle.
around the top bunker and
Okay.
They fired their coach.
Great. We want to call it when Rom's group finishes 18?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. I guess there's no one really in the top 20 on the course other than Rom, right? Oh, no,
MK Ultra.
MK. Yeah.
Henley. Henley's at 2. He's
What is MK Ultra? Like, what are you referring to? Because I feel like I have had drug dealer who's used that as a strain before.
I believe that it was McGill University, wasn't it?
Was it? I don't know.
Yeah, it was a proposed brainwashing experiment. Like conspiracy theorists still believe like it actually worked and they're doing that to people, but it was in like the 60s. They were
Is that
experimenting.
in the book that we read?
Yeah, it was the first story in that brainwashing book that we took in college.
It's an excellent book. I believe it's called Brainwashed.
It is.
That's
I
really
have it.
funny because I've seen like lots of like strains of marijuana named MK Ultra.
Yeah, well, what they were doing, I believe, it was like they were trying out different things to see if they could basically Manchurian candidate people. So they were fucking around with like LSD, sleep deprivation, and it just like cracked people's brains. It didn't work. It made them nuts.
Yeah.
By the way, Rom, there's not even going to be any good numbers on like him to do the props that I was hoping for. I kind of made that comment early in the show before any sort of scoring was going his way.
Someone said you should become, well, they said that you should do an aim point video, like instructional. You should
my
become
God.
like Patty Harrington. We'll start a new YouTube channel and you just give tips on what you think you should do in golf.
Okay, I could do that.
That might be fucking amazing. Oh my God.
Like, here's how you play this chip.
Do you imagine how triggered
Oh, people
Golf people would be
mad.
like the people who get it will get it. The people who will not get it will not enjoy that.
As-
Oh, Rom,
That's not good.
that
No.
is real bad.
Listen, Rom, like I know that maybe that wasn't your optimal outcome. Maybe don't be 30 yards short of the green.
Wow, that's bad. Yeah, oh yeah, I can give all kinds of advice. So what you want to do here?
Yeah, people wouldn't the non-golf people not great with satire.
No, not at all.
Golf people tend to be very serious about it's like the real golf. You know, I assume they're well, although everyone at your course was super old, Geoff, but so they're probably not like super hardos anymore. But some people, like at my course, just are very serious.
No, they're serious. We were there at like the hours, early on a Friday, but don't trust me. The yeah, you saw a lot of seniors, the middle-aged hardos. It's actually
Putt
really
breaks
funny because we
from
knew
right
a
to
guy.
left. So what you want to do is you want to try to put a little spin on your putt.
Spin.
So like try to hit it with a bit of a glancing blow so that that your spin counteracts the spin on the green and it goes straight. Let me demonstrate.
I know
we
a
do a
guy
nice-
who like
Or we just do the cut and the ball
Where
goes
the
in.
ball pops in and goes, see? That's exactly. See, I mean, yes, it would result in many people being triggered, but it would also result in, I think, very good content.
it would be the same as if like yeah, one of us did like handyman content. Like watch me build like the true handyman would be like freaking out how you're like holding a hammer. or
But the
something.
end result would just be perfect every time.
Yeah, like most people would use a stud finder before they put this on the wall, but like I can eyeball this. I think it's probably here.
Yeah.
Bang. Oh, perfect.
They say that you need a level, but you don't.
Like,
Like if you can't eyeball that, you shouldn't be doing this.
I don't
project.
know if you have 20/20 eyesight, who needs a level? Come on.
Him doing bunker instructionals on how to clip it perfectly.
Now the key is you don't want to take any sand on this shot.
I mean, the
People
thing
would
is,
lose
you
their
don't need to
mind.
play it up like you don't know what's going on. You should just tell people what you do, and it would be so terrible.
People would lose their mind.
Like that shot on 9 where I was like, I'm going to take this out over the lake, over top of the branch.
Well, you
And
do
then try to
that.
do-
You did,
I don't
did
do that
try to
anymore.
do for like 2 years.
Yeah, I don't do
Hit it
that
with the
anymore.
water
I
every
don't,
time.
I don't do that anymore.
Tim kept trying to intentionally play this high draw, a shot he cannot hit, for a year and a half. It just hit it out of bounds instead of hitting it straight.
It was all a part of the movement crew philosophy. 25 putts. Pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm
a
telling
lot
you,
of
be
a-
prepared for me to say Neiman.
Is this
should
it? Is this the
win
one that he?
tournament.
Neiman could easily be 3 under par right now.
Yeah, I mean, don't do this. I think they're going to show us his 8.
Yeah.
How many does he spend in the bunker, Geoff?
shouldn't even go in the bunker. That's such trash. Like, that's not a great tee shot, but that's not a bad tee shot.
Rom has to make par here, so I
You got
can
it out too. Oh, to the other bunker.
Oh, into the coffin bunker. No, I ain't going anywhere.
Should have picked it.
Yeah, see, what you got to do is you got to flick your wrists.
Oh, does it go into this bunker too? Oh, Jesus.
He's in 3 bunkers on this hole, is he?
Oh my
There it goes. Oh, that's devastating.
Well, that's how you make it a 5 over par.
Please tell me it goes into another one.
Almost did.
Watch it go back into this one. He must miss this. Yeah. That's brutal.
Oh. He's going to wind up, let that fly
Walk off the course.
Ernie L style, take a 7 putt on the first hole.
Hey, Rom did that on the first hole, won the Masters.
That's because I told him I declared him dead at that point.
If Rom could make par out of that bunker, then I'll forgive him for his bogey on the last. Well, a bit of a water finds its level.
Well, just these 9 holes coming down. The last 6 holes are just so tough. Even downwind, they're tough. Okay, Bryson basically needs to chip this in. Give it a run.
Oh.
Someone asked if you're breaking 90. I think you broke 90.
I
that
have
time.
broken 90 one time this summer. I'm now shooting like 92, 93. Just
Look,
fine.
Rom got as good of a lie as you can get in there.
Oh, so see, this is good. If we're workshopping this idea, is that if Cuss had Bryson type production value, we would just get like a special pro to come out with you every time. It's like you and Phil.
Yeah.
Phil's taking your advice on these terrible tips.
Like the 1 foot chipping.
What do you
Which is
do?
a practice. Well, wasn't that
That was a Podrick tip.
Yeah, but that was like how you practiced. It's like when I really intentionally raise my hands like this on like when I practice to get that feel. So when I do it for real, it's like up here instead of out here. The 1 foot chipping is for like to get your balance down so you can do it during the round and like learn that. You're not actually supposed to chip from 1 foot,
Well,
which you do.
I mean, get your balance down.
You don't have good balance.
No, so all the more reason to.
That's why you probably need the 2 feet on the ground, not the 1.
So what time is it there?
Where, Scotland or
Add
here?
4 hours, so it's 7:30.
I say it's only an hour difference from you. I think you can figure that one out. See, I knew Tommy hit it there. I think they showed like the overview board.
Oh, okay.
Paul Marker was
Where is next year's Open?
Port Rush.
Port Rush again. Yeah, Lowry going back to back.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That's it.
Port Rush was a good. Was that like the one with?
it's the least openy of the tracks.
No,
If you know what I mean.
I think that St. Andrews is,
That is the most classic open track.
but it's not a links course. It's just
Well, it is a pure links. It is. It's a pure links.
I guess so. Like there's no danger at St. Andrews anymore.
Well, there's only like there's a couple of places.
It's
where they-
basically a pitching putt for these guys.
yeah. I mean, like the road hole is still plays over par.
Okay, there's one.
So do you think
And,
they're going to
I
try to
think
go
Cam
to?
Young everyone just took driver out on these par fours and didn't matter where they hit it,
Yeah,
and most of them were driving the green.
and
So do you think they're going to try to go to St. Andrews as less as possible?
No, they're going to go to it every 5 years like they always do, but just I don't find it
as the ball rolls back, it'll be
You
more.
know what? I don't care about the ball being rolled back, but if you want to do it there because it's the only way you can like
Augusta too.
sure, if that's the only way that you can play those courses where it's not a birdie fest, then
Yeah.
yes, I'm all for it.
Oh, you mean like a specific ball for St. Andrews?
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, everyone has to play the same ball or something.
Yeah,
It's made of wood.
but no, I mean,
No, like you're
to me-
invited. It almost becomes not an invitational, but like it's just our rules. This is the balls you're playing.
Yeah, it's a local rule. I don't know. Port Rush, from what I remember in 2019, didn't seem as linksy as open. Like it seemed more North American style than the other tracks
Who came in second place to Lowry?
Tommy.
Of course.
by several strokes.
Yeah,
though.
50. I think Lowry won by 5. It was Brooks Finau and Fleetwood.
That was the other
and-
part of
and,
it.
and Lee Westwood.
It
And where
wasn't
did
a really-
Molinari
It wasn't a
win?
fun open. That was the other thing.
Where
Like, it
did
was sort of a laugh.
Molinari win?
Well, it was so
He won at Carnoustie, which is the hardest of the tracks.
Molinari.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a shit show
Yeah.
the entire week.
Carnoustie is the hardest track when if they get any type of weather, like you can't break par there.
I think it was Rose he shot like the round he had a terrible round one. I think he had one of the round of the days in the second round. He just ended up near, I think he came like fourth or something.
Yeah.
Just kept playing well throughout the weekend. That was a banger coming down the stretch.
It was a great tournament.
It was Molinari who made every putt. Spieth, Kisner, Xander, Tiger.
Mm-hmm.
I know those 5 were up there.
Yeah, it was great. But they won't go there for a while yet, unfortunately. Because this is in Scotland. Then they're going to
Portrush.
Northern Ireland. Then they're going to go to England and then St. Andrews. So that means they won't be going back to Scotland again. Then they'll have to go back to Royal Lytham or something.
Do they ever do Wales?
There's no Welsh course on that. Maybe the only thing I ever remember being at Wales was that one Ryder Cup. Manor Park, I think it's called. The 2010 Ryder Cup was there. But that's the only thing in Wales I ever remember them playing.
So you've forgiven Rom now?
Yeah, listen, I'm still annoyed because but let's anything under par you can come in on this weather. He also got the shit of the weather yesterday. I thought he handled himself really well.
Oh, Jesse says that Victor just hit an iron into that creek.
I've seen it several times.
You think someone in the gallery must be like, "Hey,
You would think.
if you hit an iron, everyone's going into the creek. Just hit a driver."
I don't seem to understand how dry and with the wind and the dryness where it's running out.
Celtic manners.
Celtic manner. Yeah, I knew it was something like that.
Gotta ask, where does Celtic come from?
A mispronunciation of
Okay.
the word Celtic.
Yeah, it's always been very confusing.
That's
for
why.
me.
Hold
It's
on,
just a
but
pure-
isn't Celtic Manor where isn't there a Ryder Cup going? After Beth paid
don't
Darren,
You're
listen
not
to
listening
anything we
to
say,
any
Steve.
of the conversation that we're having.
Take the L.
Yeah, just take it, Jeff.
L's taken. I was fascinated by a Niagara commercial. I'm not gonna lie.
Just dreaming about fucking Marineland.
I heard Marineland is closing or is closed.
Good.
hates Marineland.
Okay.
Blood feud with. He tried to go in without a mask. He hates it.
They claim everybody loves Marineland, not Jeff.
Many people
Rory's
do
over
not
that thing
love
by like
Marineland.
25, 30 yards. And now he's over by like 50.
Doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. But just
It can be done. Now, tomorrow when the wind is shifted,
it can be done. You're correct. Everyone we've seen hit driver in the past
has been a better
5 minutes has cleared it.
But like I said, I wonder now tomorrow when the wind shifts,
Oh, probably not.
will people take driver and put it in the burn?
But there's another one.
What's the ROM putt?
I think it's on 4. I think 4. If like the wind is usually the wind plays with you on the front. It
Yes.
makes the front super easy, but it's been the opposite so far this week. The wind has been in your face.
Yeah, the
So-
way that was described in the previews that the first 6 holes are easy, scoreable. The middle 6 holes are neutral, and the last 6 holes are deadly.
No, the middle 6 holes are deadly.
This is the way they described it.
9, the hardest holes on the course last time around were like 9, 11, 12, and 13. Those were the 4 hardest holes.
Okay.
But that was with the prevalent wind that you normally get. The south, I think it's the south wind. It's been north wind all week. So it kind of flipped a little bit.
Okay.
So the easier holes aren't playing so easy.
Because usually the back 9 plays into the wind,
Yes.
but they've been playing it downwind
correct.
so far.
Let's see. Maybe Bobby will make me look. No, that's on 18 anyway. Stay out of the bunk.
We should pick
That's
up bumps.
fine over there.
Maybe.
The guy's going to go over and spice it up for him. Fluff it up for him a little bit.
It is Shoffley and Cantley are going to play together tomorrow. It seems.
Great.
Best buds.
Best buzz, the all personality team. Oh, let's make this fee now. Let's do it. Do it for us.
What are the odds of +10 getting the cut? You made it.
That is a solid 81 for Tony Finau today.
I wonder if they'll show
Connors
his
is
score.
going to play
And
with.
he was like,
They may not show his score to preserve his dignity.
He's just having a laugh.
Oh, they are gonna show
Tim
it.
knows how the truck works. So there
2
it
holes.
is.
Yeah, I mean, I have.
A triple and a quad. See you later. pal.
Sometimes they won't show that score. They used to do that a lot at the Masters and some of the old bets would come up 18, they would not show the score.
Yeah, but they're not going to let DFS bros not know they didn't invest into an 81. It's okay. I bet them.
I bet him too.
Oh, there's Pavon. Now, is he still the most Euro-looking player in this tournament?
I think
Given
so.
the amount
I
of
think
Euros
he is-
in this
I
tournament?
really think he is the most Euro-looking player of all time, except for Jesper Parnevik. But he's like very clearly Scandinavian.
Yes.
Rose would be the oldest winner of this thing in like 60 years.
Well, how old was Darren Clark?
Yeah. Darren Clark was like 46, wasn't he?
And Phil had
guess-
to be like 42 or 43.
I don't know. That's what the PGA Tour comms.
Fair
tweeted.
enough, but like Phil's age was got to be close. That is a bomb from Rom. Is he going in the sand?
Oh, that's a bad break.
Oh, wow.
Although he did almost drive the fucking green. If he's not in the, I think it's a pretty easy bunker shot.
Yeah,
as long as-
I don't know that the being in the sand there is all that bad as long as you're
if you were up against the lip.
yeah,
it's
yeah, well,
terrible.
yeah, then you don't have shot.
The way he just played that, he was in a lovely spot in that last bunker. He hit it gorgeous. So
He hit driver where he should have hit iron, and he hit iron where he should have hit driver.
Tim, I haven't
Jeff
spoken
too
to you
bus-
in a few
Jeff is
days.
too busy to listen to us because he's making secret Bo Hostler bets.
Oh.
Oh, Barracuda.
The amount of secret bets that Jeff hasn't told us about.
None, literally. I wish. There's
You
been
say
nothing
that
to
every
bet.
time, and then like 2 days later, it's like, oh yeah, I had this guy, and this guy.
I honestly, Pat, the way this year's gone, I wish I had some secret bets.
How are Cam's bets doing?
Well, he is everyone, so some are good, some are bad.
Did like
Yeah,
to use that? I
very
never knew who these
bizarre.
3-man best bets were for. But now I do.
It
Tim,
is
I-
such like, and the thing is, like, some of the like, especially on FanDuel, when you do like, they show you like the whatever bet boost that they have. If you just go to a different book and play it together, it's better odds. Just because it says it's a bet boost doesn't really mean anything.
And every time he was telling you what great odds he had, you're like, well, I just did this and it's even better odds. Oh, you're so excited. That was a very good show, I have to say.
I had a lot.
really enjoyed the best bet show this week.
Our guy Jeff Rico Hui making a run here. He's plus 12 through 10 holes
I
inside
made
the cut
no,
line.
I literally made no Barracuda bets.
I bet JJ Spawn at 50-1. He's winning. Be great news. Your boy Silverman, your neighbor, he was winning after round one.
Yeah, I got my buddy's literally lives next door to his family and shit.
Someone, I think it was Mike Terrell, posted that the first round leader of the Barracuda should get into the second round of the Open.
But with the score he has in the Barracuda,
No, he
like
should
plus
be
40.
No,
Oh,
he should be able to be put at. I think that he should be able to be put at the cut line starting in round two. But the moment he walks, it's decided in Tahoe. He has to take a private jet to Scotland, and like it's a 12-hour flight. It's like an 8-hour time difference. He'd be in one of the last groups for the next day. No warm up, no nothing, just straight to the courts. He'd be like our buddy Shiz, who didn't sleep on a
well,
golf trip and showed up to the first tee and couldn't stand up.
no, that happened. That happened a couple of years previous too, when he was the leader after 3 days, and he couldn't see the golf ball for 8 holes.
Couldn't hit a lifter.
Couldn't
That fucking
couldn't hit a
rules.
lifter. He said to us, "I don't see the ball. I can't see it. Standing over, I don't see a ball." Like, oh
That's the
man,
best.
Yeah, I think he would have been in contention to win twice if
Yeah.
he had just partied
a little less hard second night.
85% instead of 100%.
I was like, "What do you mean you can't see the ball?" And earlier in the tournament, he and I were driving together, and he's one of these people who sticks his foot out of the golf cart while he drives, and he caught his foot on a curb, and we heard a very disgusting snap. But he didn't break anything. He didn't. It was really tender. So like he was not having a great tournament from that side of it.
And he's a big man.
He is. And then like, yeah, we're the last round of golf. He's like, I can't see the ball. I'm just swinging. It's like, oh my God.
Tim, what are you making of these Devontae Adams rumors?
I want it to happen so badly that I refuse to allow myself to get excited. Because like, can you imagine having 3 top 10 wide receivers in the same, backfield?
I don't understand how everyone can be a top 10 wide receiver because you did just say the same thing about Mike Evans and Brandon Ayuk, that they were all top 10 receivers. So Devontae Adams, Garrett Wilson, Mike Williams, who else do we have here? Brandon Ayuk and Mike Evans. There's 5. They're 5 of the top 10 receivers in football, according to you.
I don't know if I said that about Ayuk. Maybe I did.
Yeah, well, when he was on the trade block, Jets are going to get him. He's like, they need another top 10 guy.
Just saying,
So
like,
how many top 10 guys are there in football? 40?
they should just give Aaron whatever he wants. I don't care what the Raiders ask. They want 2 firsts at this point. I don't care. What's the matter?
Why would you do that?
Because you're wanting to win the Super Bowl this year because nothing else matters.
But like, look at the NFL now. You can get this wicked receiver at like 25th overall.
But that because
Who you-
Aaron wants him. So
who you pay $4 million a year for
but
4
whatever.
for 4
If
years.
that's who Aaron wants.
You
so.
were getting hyped about a fucking Alan Lazard rebound article written by New York Jets Nation
That
today.
did get me excited.
One
It's gonna be a
of-
good. It's gonna be a good year. But I am gonna try to be as stoic as humanly possible.
It's impossible.
It is possible.
That's going to be for birdie for Rom?
yes. You drive at
Alright.
404 yards. You have a decent chance.
It's pretty good. How did Minwoo do this week, by the way, Jeff?
Horrible.
In our Minwoo
Horrible.
versus Aaron Rye conversation.
We didn't bet it. We didn't.
No, we
bet it.
didn't. I'm just wondering.
I saw he was 9 over today, and I think he was like even par yesterday. So
He pulled a fee now. He went full fee now.
yeah.
Never go full fee now.
There were a lot of that. There was a lot of that for guys I'm kind of fond of today. Not ideal. I'm cheering for Rom, Neiman, Connors.
And Rose, you said.
Yeah, I'm cheering for Rose. Is like nothing, not a bet, but I'll cheer for Rose. Rose has played better golf than anyone in the field, in my opinion.
I agree with that. Although I think the golf that Brown has played so far has been very impressive.
I mean, Lowry's played by far the best. It's not even close.
Well, Lowry's gotten some really good breaks. I don't agree
Yeah.
with that. I think Rose has played better golf.
He also made a double bogey on a hole after hitting a penalty today.
People are gonna make doubles. That's not the end of the world.
Like, if you want to talk about who is like tee to green, not been in trouble, Scheffler's played by far the best.
Okay,
And
that's
probably
probably
Rose.
fair.
Like, Scheffler has had
How's his
no
putting been?
danger all week.
How's his putting been?
It's been okay.
It's
he's
been
just-
Scheffler. It's been fine. It's been like
he and Rose are doing very similar things.
Scheffler has been playing beautifully. He's made a couple putts. He's missed a couple. He's doing what he needs. I've seen him get out of trouble. Lovely. You see, like he's in the exact same spot as the guy he's playing with off the tee, and that guy's making a double. Scheffler gets up and down for par. It's always impressive. Always. Yeah, and was it you who just meant Rom's decision making off these tees?
Yeah, he hit driver where he should have hit iron, and iron where he should have hit driver.
Well, let's get out. Let's get away with
When
it.
should he have hit driver instead of iron?
On the par 5 that he put it in the
No,
water.
no, when should he have hit iron instead of driver?
I would have contended that maybe he could have hit not driver into a sand trap on 18.
you mean on 18 where he has a 4-foot birdie putt?
because he had to hit a fantastic sand shot.
Did he? It seemed like a pretty you when he got into the sand, you said it looks like a pretty easy sand shot.
Not to put it that close though.
Why not? They're professional golfers.
Mm.
If it's not a hard sand shot, they can put it where the fuck they
A
want.
drive that goes into a hazard by definition is not a good drive.
I completely disagree.
Okay, well,
If you can get yourself 10 yards from the green,
Get off my
probably
fucking
what you want to do on a
TV.
par 4.
Get off my TV. Get off it.
don't worry. He is soon.
You
What are
know,
the
keep
chances it
shopping
moves
in the
to plus
women's
7?
section of the
0%,
Nike
that
hat.
it moves to +7.
You know, maybe
plus
maybe try shopping in the men's section of the Nike hat truck. That's like on site.
Maybe you should just not wear a hat.
Maybe, Pat, you could be on to
Nike
something.
probably requires it.
Yes. I mean, that's
Oh,
when
yeah,
I would
you're
wear
right.
a hat.
Well, yeah, because
When someone paid me to wear the hat.
all these guys, that's why you would wear one because there's money to be made.
Isn't it incredible that Rom could sign that Callaway deal and he's golfing in a major championship and there's no sign of Callaway?
Well, he owns the company. He's just paying other people to wear it.
It's
Oh, so this guy has you figured out, Nolan from the chat, that
It's just-
according to Cuss Math, there are 25 players who are top 10 receivers, including some running backs and tight ends.
Sure, whatever.
what
Well,
a
I
putt.
gave you the 5 that you said were top 10.
What a fucking putt.
Who are the other 5?
You know, Jefferson and AJ Brown.
Tyreek Hill?
I guess.
Okay.
He's an old man.
Anyone else?
I'm sure I'm missing some very obvious people.
We're up to 8.
I'm sure I'm missing like someone completely 100% obvious. CD Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb, yeah, that's another one. We're up to 9.
Gee, who else am I missing? I don't know. I'm sure there's somebody else that I totally should be saying.
Only one?
At least one, yeah.
Well, how could there be at least one? Because we're already up to 9 of your top 10.
In a world where none of these top 3 win the golf tournament, we're gonna have one fucking great weekend.
All you need is that the weather be a little bit worse in the afternoon, and it'll bring those guys out.
How about Jamar Chase?
Jamar Chase.
What about Amon St. Brown? Amon Ra?
Yeah,
Tariq Hill.
I already said him. Although I actually think Hill's going to have quite a down season. I actually think Miami is going to have a very down season.
What
You
would
see
make
he's
that
having
different
another
than
kid?
any of your other predictions from the past 15
No,
years?
no. I will stand by that. Sometimes I've been quite bullish on the Dolphins' chances. I don't know. I look at that team and I think the whole AFC East, other than the Jets, has got real problems. Like I expect the Bills to struggle. I say struggle. I mean like 9-8, 10-7, like not to be a Super Bowl contender. Same with the Dolphins. Get out of here. And the Patriots are probably still the worst team in the AFC. So, like, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, by around Thanksgiving, I'm sort of locking up a division.
I'm telling you this right now.
Yeah.
I hope I'm wrong because it seems like Rom is going out with Marcel Seam tomorrow.
The knife
Rom,
man.
I need Rom to go out with like Brooks or Morikawa or a good golfer because the matchup bet I'll put on Rom tomorrow.
Is he not going out with Mac Hughes?
I guess maybe I'm counting that Kim is going to bogey those holes. I might have done that. My premature math is not count MK Ultra, which is
Maybe that
foolish.
guy gets like 3 under.
You're right. He could go forward. He hasn't made a bogey today.
What a legend.
That's good.
Fake Michael Kim. Killing it. All right. We said we get out of here?
Well, TV's about to go off.
Oh, no.
And
For
Pat,
some reason,
what
Jeff,
is your
we are not.
cutoff?
Why are we getting
Over?
such bad TV coverage, Jeff?
Jeff, Todd in the chat says that he is stunned that Tim thinks that the Jets will win the Super Bowl and all the other AFC East teams will struggle.
I said I do not think they're going to win the Super Bowl. I've said that multiple times. Not picking them to win the Super Bowl.
You did pick them to go 15-2.
I know what I said, but I'm not picking them to win the Super Bowl.
Do you think Tua's going to hold out?
I don't know. Probably not. They'll pay him in the end. What choice do they have?
Before camp?
I think so. Or at least, yeah, I think so. Maybe during camp, like the first week or so. You no choice.
All right, that'll do it on the Pat Mayo Experience. I might be too busy to shoot a 3M research video this week. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. We'll see. I haven't dug in
Is that
yet.
field out?
It should be
Oh,
out
a
within
couple
the
hours.
hour. It's still early, remember?
Yeah. I got
Which
tricked.
course do they play that at?
TPC Twin Cities.
Oh, that's no good. It's not Hazeltine.
Yes, it's not Hazeltine. It's like, yeah, I know, man.
Who's
Thanks.
do you know who the best player in the field is?
Finau usually plays it. If you go to Fantasy National right now, you can use the look ahead thing, the look ahead tracker. I'm not on it right now, but
Have a great
I
weekend,
doubt it's
everybody.
going to be a strong field.
Neiman is just grinding.
I'm going to be at the Wyndham Championship,
Where is that this year?
Greensboro,
Carolina,
where it
Charlotte.
always is,
Wyndham? Okay. Which is the one that always moves around? Oh, the BMW is the one that always moves
which is
around.
in Denver.
Cherry Hills?
No, that was a one-off in Chicago last year, Cherry Hills, where Victor went on.
Cherry Hills is in Denver.
Is it?
Olympia Fields is in Chicago.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, I'm thinking of that. Yeah, my bad.
Both have hosted major championships, but
Colorado's hosted a major championship?
yeah, they've had some U.S. Opens at Cherry Hills
When?
a while ago, like the 70s.
It's been 45 years since there's been one there.
Yeah, it's been a while, but it still has hosted them. Just like there's a track in St. John, New Brunswick that once held the Canadian Open.
Really?
Yeah,
What is it still there?
I think
Is he
so.
gonna drive this green?
Well, if Brom could,
Let's see the roll.
I don't think he's going to get there.
I think he hit it too high, weirdly enough.
Yeah. A lot of dead air here.
Yeah, well, we're almost at it. I'm trying to look up see who's in the 3M field. 3M field will include Finau, Thigala, and Rose.
Probably not if Rose wins.
Probably why Finau and Thigawa decided to tank today. To get to St. Paul early.
You walk around the Mall of America where there's lots of air conditioning.
Mall of America sucks.
I liked it.
Of course you did. You're a fucking weirdo.
Oh, there's another one for Hatton to go to 7 over.
Oh, so he missed the cut.
Well, he's not done, but he's
That
gonna
might have
make
been a
birdie
par
coming in.
5.
All right, that'll do it for us. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thanks to Tim. Thanks to Paul and Jared running the ship here in the studio, and Geoff on the line. Code Mayo and Underdog Fantasy, by the way. If you haven't won any money this week and you're incapable of winning money with any of your bets, highly suggest you go over to Underdog Fantasy and give it a whirl. Did I win today? I made some. Now, let's see. I'll let you know if I won or not. I guess we probably don't need to do that. I'm going to assume that I did win. Go to the live. Hovland, Zalatoris. Oh, yeah, it's going to be a winner. Unless Zalatoris made 3 birdies. Did he make 3 birdies?
I don't think so.
I had Hovland under 2.5 birdies. Victor under 2.5 birdies. Vic? Victor, 0 birdies today.
That won't do.
Well, that's a good one.
What a
Will
fucking
Z?
disaster.
Will Z, 0 birdies made. So as long as he doesn't birdie his final 3 holes, I'm okay. Although 2 of them are birdieable. So good. Get some money back on that one. All right. Yeah. Code Mayo, Underdog Fantasy. Deposit match of up to $250. And there are some angles there if you want to take them. You're pretty dialed in. All right. Tomorrow might be the day, and Sunday, to maybe play some over birdies.
Sunday particularly.
Especially with the wind that we saw for the forecast tomorrow, where it's kind of the opposite of today. Those birdies on the front 9 might become available again on
They could be
1, 2, 4, 6.
Yep.
Where they just weren't there today.
I agree.
Anyway, I'm Pat Mayo. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.